Internets.
Cheer.
Internets. This episode of the Combat Jack Show is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace recently launched the latest version of their platform, Squarespace 7, which has a completely redesigned interface, integrations with Getty Images and Google Apps, 15 new templates, incredible feature called Cover Pages. Try the new Squarespace at squarespace.com/combat and enter offer code COMBAT at checkout to get 10% off. Squarespace. Start here and go anywhere.
Cheer.
What's going on, man? It's your boy Shooter motherfucking Shane, and you are now tuned into the Combat Jack Show, and this is a Loudspeaker Network production.
Get ready for combat.
No escaping.
Get ready for combat. Get ready for combat. Yeah. The Combat Jack Radio Show.
Internets.
Cheer.
This portion of the Combat Jack Show is brought to you by Bevel, the first and only shaving system designed specifically for coarse, curly, and sensitive skin. Bevel is clinically proven by an African-American dermatologist to reduce and prevent razor bumps. It's designed from the ground up to give a smooth, bump-free shave. Another reason we stand by Bevel is because it's designed by Tristan Walker, a young entrepreneur from Queens, New York, who saw a hole in the African-American grooming market and filled it. He saw that it wasn't a first-class grooming product experience for minorities, but not anymore. Thanks to Bevel, you can now get a first-class shaving experience delivered straight to your door. All you got to do is go to getbevel.com and use the promo code COMBAT to get 20% off your first month at getbevel.com. That's getbevel.com. Stop shaving like a sissy soft poo-putt sucker and start shaving like a king at bevel.com.
Cheer.
Internets. You are tuned into the Combat Jack Show, the combatjackshow.com. Yo, we got Mr. Flacco in the building.
That's me?
Senor Flacco in the building. Yo, how you get so Flacco? Internets. Hold on, let me give you a proper introduction, man. Internets. This is his second time around.
Yo.
Can you hear yourself on the boards? Can you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Second time, the return of Mr. Cypher sounds on the Combat Jack Show.
Believe it.
Flacco.
New and improved.
Yo, what's up, man? How you get so skinny, man?
I'm on this program called 40 Day Reset.
Okay.
This diet that I'm on. I hate the word diet. It's lifestyle change, eating healthier. This program.
Like what? What are you eating?
Well, hold on, wait a minute. Let the man.
He said eating healthier.
I want to hear how you found out about these people.
We jumping right into the diet?
I don't want to jump right into. You got to excuse Pete sometimes. Okay. He just jump in.
No, you said eating healthy.
Let's find out.
I want to know.
Who are these people? Like, how'd you find out about these people? What'd you do?
The 40 Day Reset is my boy, Chris Styles.
Okay.
He is, he used to be a producer or still is.
Music producer?
Yeah, Dangerous LLC. Remember those?
I think so.
He did records for 50.
Based out of Jersey or?
No, he's Brooklyn, but his crew, Midi Mafia, back in the day.
Midi Mafia, he was Bruce Wayne.
Friends with them. I think one of them's his cousin. Anyway, it's my boy. He told me about this program. They wanted to spend money with me. They wanted to endorse me, and they wanted me to endorse the product on the station.
Right.
So I said, all right, whatever. I'll take the check. I've tried diets before. They never worked for me.
What diets have you tried?
I tried Weight Watchers. I tried no carbs. People at the job were doing Weight Watchers, so I did it with them. I couldn't do it.
What's that other joint with the little pills and shit? The little nasty pills.
I don't know.
The well-being or well-life or some shit.
Oh, Herbalife?
Herbalife. Are they still around?
I don't know.
They're around.
You was fucking with Herbalife?
Nah, never that.
Okay. What
else?
I
didn't do any major ones. Just like I just try to eat better and follow books like South Beach Diet or
4-Hour Diet.
All them joints.
Right. Do you exercise?
Nope.
Okay.
Do not exercise. So I got this program.
Why they step to you?
I was a fat fuck.
Okay.
I don't know if you knew that.
No, I knew. I mean, I've seen you before. You used to have the Billionaire Boys Club T-shirts with the 5 Bs.
He had a food baby in his belly. That motherfucker had a big ass head.
Used to wear the 5X Pellies.
Yo, Cypher, honestly,
yeah,
you definitely wore size 8 fitted. in New
Well,
Era.
that was
back
just,
in the
I
day,
just
right?
got a big head.
Yeah.
It's got a big old head.
Your head, is this going to be a pause?
Nasty.
No, it's definitely a pause. But the
His-
thing
your
I'm
head
trying to
got
say
smaller,
is,
dude.
if people are seeing
Weird.
Cypher out there these days, his whole head, his whole cranium
Shrunk
is
down a little
smaller.
bit.
Yeah.
It's still big though.
Yeah.
I still get people still write on my Instagram. You still got a big head though.
So I'm sorry, we digress, man. So
Yeah.
you were fucking up with all these.
Yeah, whatever. I
Diets.
just it was always a point in my life it was like the worst point in my life is my weight issues.
Right.
Then so I was like, whatever, I'll take the check. I don't care.
Did you feel like was your self-esteem a little bit lower?
Yeah.
Really?
Always. It was the main negative thing in my life.
When people were taking pictures of you, did you tell them titty up?
All right, I'm gonna tell you how bad it got. It got to the point where I just accepted it. It was like, this is it.
Right.
This is how I look, and I'm gonna just be upset about it, and that's it.
Double XL, triple XL?
Mostly double, sometimes triple if
Right.
you like ran small, but like because the thing is,
48? What's waist size?
no, waist was only like
30.
It only my waist never got that big. It was only 38.
Okay.
It was a
I
stomach.
mean,
and,
that's still a big boy.
But it was like the heart attack gut.
Right.
That's what it is. Like
The
if
one
it-
that starts
like
hanging
my
around
arms are skinny,
your
my legs
your
are
waist.
Yeah,
I seen
like
you.
mine is right now.
that's not good.
Right. It's not good. I know. It's
not good. It's not healthy.
So anyway, so
So they give me the program. So this doctor comes, Dr. Warfel, cool ass dude.
Dr. Warfel.
Warfel.
Let's guess, Pete. Black, white, brown, or yellow. What's the color
Jewish.
of that fellow?
He's a Jewish guy.
Jewish guy?
Dr. Warfel is a Jewish guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
And
Shalom.
then his wife's brother Vinny also comes.
Okay.
And Vinny is straight out of the hey.
Oh, easy.
Wait,
easy.
Vinny's his brother?
his wife's brother.
Okay, his brother-in-law,
yeah.
Italian. Okay.
Yeah, so
Forget
it's like,
about it.
So it's like this real Jewish doctor and his
his
goomba-
cousin Vinny.
His wannabe gangster fucking brother-in-law.
But yo, both cool ass dudes get shit done. So the
They
program
take your
is
blood pressure.
they scan your whole body. Have these two scans. You got to get on a scale, and it sends like a pulse through your body, and then you got to put your hand on this scale for 10 minutes. This the scanner for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, and you leave your hand there for 10 minutes, and the computer's working, and it's scanning all your hormones, and all your organs, all of your blood work, your metabolism, all this shit.
So what was it saying about you, man?
I had the metabolism of like a 64-year-old.
Okay.
For some reason, my pancreas was emitting way too many hormones. And that point was, it's why for some reason, I always craved like salt, like salty food. So something wrong with the hormones in some of my body organs where I was, so even though I was full, I would still crave like salty food. So I would
Right.
eat more chips,
Right.
more fries, more whatever, just keep eating the saltiness. So then it scans you and you get, now this is the part I don't fully understand. You'd have to have Dr. Warfel on to fully understand this, but they give you vitamins and then they take these drops and they like some kind of zap them with a frequency.
The fuck?
Like liquid drops?
Yeah, they're drops.
And they point them at you like a laser gun?
No,
or some
they
shit?
put them in some machine and they set a frequency, some kind of tone or something,
Right.
and it adjusts to what your body needs.
To your biorhythms or some shit like that.
yeah, it's super.
But is it
science.
like they're shooting a hose at you? Like was it a drop of what, man?
No, it's in a bottle.
Okay,
little drop. So
and
I
they
have to
put
take
it
like
in this
9
machine.
drops a day. Yeah.
Okay. So they're changing.
Yeah.
What's in the bottle?
Yeah.
With this ray
like
gun.
the bottle's just like a solution.
Right.
It's all the same, and depending on how your body is or how your body functions, they set this frequency to it.
Does it make a sound like?
I wasn't there when they did it. They just sent it to you. I'm sure it makes some kind of sound.
Right.
And then they zap it. You know what I mean? And you get there, and then you start the program. So, but the diet is the main part.
Right.
Structured.
What is the drops?
Scheduled eating.
What's the drops?
I don't know. The drop. One of them is detox. One of them was.
You don't drink though, so you don't have to detox that much. You didn't have to detox from that.
From
You
what?
don't drink.
No, I don't drink.
So you didn't have to
No.
detox from that. You
No.
don't burn trees.
No.
So you didn't have to detox from that.
No,
You didn't smoke
all
cigarettes.
food.
Okay, all food.
Yeah.
All right.
All food.
Right.
And then one was fat loss, one is detox, and one was something else I forgot. And So you have to drink like half your body weight in ounces of water.
Half your body weight.
Yeah.
So
I was 240.
So how much is
So I have
that?
to drink 120 ounces of water a day.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah. You're just pissing all
You can't.
day.
And there's nothing about it. You can't change the pissery.
No. You're going to the bathroom all
Right.
day. And then so the food is the structured. Every 2.5 to 3 hours you eat.
Do they prepare your food?
No, they give you a list of foods you can eat, and they in the whole book it has like recipes, but they're all like whatever. Just so like,
You just need to grab shit and.
but the best way to do it, like when I was first on it, I don't do it anymore. But when I was first on it, the best way is to prepare your food at home because otherwise you running around all day looking for this. So you can have like, so you start off, you drink 20 ounces of water as soon as you wake up. Done. 20 ounces of water.
And that cuts your hunger.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Right.
Then you eat a fruit. The fruits could be apple, orange, strawberry, grapefruit. That's it. Those fruits. Then 2.5, 3 hours later, you have a small protein and a vegetable. So you can have chicken, shrimp, scallops, steak, lobster.
Bacon.
No bacon.
No bacon.
No fried foods.
No chicken.
Can you
Ham?
broil? Can you broil
Ham?
bacon?
You don't eat pork anyway, right?
Nah, I don't eat pork.
All right. That's not a problem for you.
But no, huh?
That's not a problem for you. That would be a
Nah,
problem
yeah,
for me.
You never ate pork?
Yeah, when I was like,
No, he's God body,
15
man.
and under.
Oh, that's right, that's right. You know what? Also, you never did. You haven't done drugs or drink in a while, or you usually
I
Ever.
never did.
Oh, you know what
Never.
the craziest thing? He has like the permanent high face on
I know.
forever, as long as I
Always.
know him. He always looks like he's fucked up.
Oh, wait, people always
I'm so
say that.
special.
Yeah.
I'm so special. So-
Yeah, y'all are crazy.
So anyway, man. So you
Yeah.
you doing the food,
Yeah.
and are you getting your cravings?
Yeah, of course.
So what's different between this thing and the other one that you stayed the course?
Well, this one works. You gotta
How
get on
did
the
you
scale
how fast did you see it work?
right away.
Like what do you mean,
Literally.
like the next day?
Next day, you down a pound. You're like, oh wow, all right, it's water weight.
Right.
Water weight.
Right.
And then for some reason, my man, when you get on a diet, the hate. Nah, don't do that. That don't work. That ain't gonna work for you.
Who was
It's
doing
a
that? Though?
scam.
Who was really doing that?
Everybody does it. Everybody, and then everyone got their solution.
Right.
Nah, my grandmother told me if you stick 2 lemons up your ass, you gonna
Hey.
lose the weight. Like,
Right.
everything is always like, and I was just ignoring everybody. I'm like, this doc. So you got to text the doctor every day your weight.
Every day.
Every day your weight.
Right.
So first day it goes down a pound. Next day another pound. Next day 2 pounds. So it's 5 days later you down 7 pounds.
Stop playing.
Literally.
For 7 pounds.
You're like, oh. So then I'm like, okay, all right. So then you get a little hype, right? So then you keep.
Is your
sticking
wife
with it.
getting mad at you? Like why you think you sexy now? Walking
Nah,
around
nah,
here
nah. My wife is,
with
you know, she's
tighter
supportive.
shirts on
Nah.
and
Walking around the house naked,
She like,
you
my
get like a
wife-
black shed, black.
Nah, I'm still
wearing a
I
kilt.
still
R.
need,
Kelly
I
shirt.
still need another 6-7 pounds.
All right. So,
Before I throw on like a tight black tee, you know what I mean?
spring is coming.
Springtime.
So you dropping the weight.
Yeah.
You're texting the doctor.
Yeah, every
What
day.
happens if you did you relapse?
So, well, there's a couple days, like your body. So the whole diet is putting your body into fat burning.
Right. You
Your
start
body-
sweating. You sweating?
No,
Okay.
not really. But your body is like, see, Flex did it much faster because he was
That's
working
why
out.
the motherfucker looks like he's 18 right now.
Yeah, he's working out with it though.
Right.
I don't like working out and didn't have the time, and I just don't like it.
Right.
I would try it. It's not for me.
Right.
Flex run on the treadmill every day. So then sometimes you'll hit like a because your body is like, hey yo, what's happening right now?
It's a shock.
Yeah, it's shock. So then it'll do this thing called what was it called? I forgot, but you don't lose weight. Like you stay the same
Go into remission or some shit like
like
that.
3-4 days. So then
That's cancer, right? Remission.
yeah,
is
same
cancer.
thing. Kiss is like a cancer. You're down like
Food cancer.
12, 13 pounds.
Right.
And you like, oh, I'm killing it. And then your weight stays the same for like 4 or 5 days.
You flatten out. You
and
hit
you're
a wall.
like, oh. So you hit the doctor. He tells you what to do. There's different tricks. Like there's this thing called a steak day. You don't eat anything all day. Drink mad water until like 6, 7 o'clock. And then you have a small steak. Next day, 3 pounds.
Yo,
Done.
how does this diet work for people that smoke weed, man?
I don't know.
Like the munchies and shit like that. I'm asking for a friend.
I don't know.
You sound
I
like
don't
you're
know.
asking for
I
yourself.
don't know if you can smoke weed on the diet, but you definitely can't eat munchies.
Right. You can't get like Kit
Yeah.
Kats or
Nah.
shit that I hear people like.
I mean, I
when they-
messed up all the time.
Pork rinds.
Like what was you?
My thing was like, if I'm eating with somebody and they have French fries, I'll eat some.
Chicharrones.
No.
Mofongo. You fuck with the mofongo.
So you stayed the course.
Yo, you know what it is with you? You have like a serious interview voice, but then you be dropping little, like when it sounds like you're being like proper and like a serious interview, and you're like, chicharrones.
This is a. I mean, chicharrones is crack in the neighborhood, B. Like, come on, chicharrones de pollo.
shit.
That shit'll fuck up a motherfucker's diet, man. Fuck up a 40-day reset.
Word, it will.
So anyway, you
So
was
then,
having these-
I'm dropping. So I'm down 13, 15, 18. Now I'm down 20. Now the clothes are starting to change up. Like things are fitting differently. And then
did you decide you want to change your style?
I got
Like
the
start
same-
wearing some black boots and
Nah,
some, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Some
not
slim
me.
pants.
I got the same. Some of my pants they get slimmer.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like now that you
No, but see, in my house, I had 2 piles of clothes
Right.
that were called the maybe one day I'll fit into those.
right.
And then I
But
started.
they've been there for a while though.
They've been there for a while.
I mean, the clothes done changed, man.
Yeah.
Niggas is dressing like
nah,
Spock,
but these are like classic babe shirts and
Captain.
stuff.
Okay, classic shits.
Yeah, and maybe one day there's like a regular cool checkered button down,
Right.
Like a Scotch and soda with
Some-
kind of
some-
Euro fit. I wore it the other day.
Don't pull out the Nietzsche, B.
I was like,
Leave
oh,
the
no, I'll
leave
Nietzsche.
the
Mecca.
Nietzsche.
Pull out the Mecca.
No, all my Mecca and academics I have in my basement in the storage. Those things are
Keep the
like
shark hoodies.
9X, yo.
Yo, so you lose the shit,
Yeah.
and so what's the goal now, man?
Well, I'm still trying to lose like another 6 pounds.
Six.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I got down. I wanted to get to 200.
Right.
I got it. I still felt a little. I still had a little more to lose. So I'm trying to get to 190. I got to 192, and all this drama happened. So
last week.
yeah,
Which we
like
about-
really like by now like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so you still
when it started.
right.
So then, I went to Taco Bell. Like
You're an
I-
emotional. You're an emotional eater.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this was like stressful. So I had like some Taco Bell. So it went up.
Did you have some Taco Bell? Or you have a lot of Taco Bell.
I did my normal number 3.
Okay.
2 soft, 1 hard pause.
Pause. Good pause.
And then I
Very
used,
good
and then
pause.
I used to do like 1 Dorito taco, but then now they had the new
The gordito.
the Frito Crunch Wrap. So I had one of those.
Okay.
And then then just like donuts.
So now the drama's hitting you, and you're feeling like a fuck up again. Because
Nah,
no, not yet.
Nah, that's the thing with the program.
Right.
You know how to like. I ate bad one day. You know how to fix it the next day. That's the trick about the diet. Everybody's gonna mess up, but then when I used to mess up, I'm like, oh, forget it.
Right.
And I say I'm down the snowball hill again.
Right.
Now I know how to go. All right, Sive, you messed up yesterday. Get a steak day in today. Chill out. You see some strawberries now. Drink a lot of water, and you get back on it.
Okay. How does somebody jump on this diet, man? Is it easy? Is it for superstars like yourself?
No,
and
I mean-
Funk Master Flex, or is it? You know what I'm
It's
saying?
a little pricey.
Right.
The price of it is part of the psychology of the diet.
Okay.
You ain't got that much money.
Right.
You're gonna pay this much money to be on this diet.
How
you're
much
gonna
money we
take it
talking about?
seriously.
$200.
No, it's like
$350.
$1,500.
$1,500.
$1,500 to some people might be $2,000. Like
What do you mean 2,000?
because like Enough has diabetes, right? So Enough's plan was a little different than mine
Right.
because he has issues.
Right.
So when you have an issue like that, it might be a little more. The medicine might be a little different, whatever. But it works.
So if I ask you to be part of this, I got to pay that?
Well, I might be able to hook you up with a
A
discount.
little 20%,
Yeah.
something like that.
Get that Haitian potion in there. And
I don't know
Easy,
about that.
Easy.
I'm
Don't
not
know
allowed
nothing
to.
about that.
No,
He's
no.
not Haitian.
I know he's not Haitian. You think he looks Haitian?
Nah, he looks Puerto Rican, man.
I mean,
Anyway,
you're
so
profiling. You're profiling.
So, and how does somebody find this?
Just at 40-day reset or www. I hate when you're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, you don't say that no
Just-
more.
just
You know
jump
what?
into
You're,
it, man.
I like when people like Nori just say 2 W.
www.
So killfat.com
Okay.
and
And tell
40-day
him,
at
tell him
40-day
Cypher,
reset.
Cypher sent you in the whole
Please tell him Cypher sent you.
nine. And so you're living well right now.
I got mustard on it,
Mm-hmm.
T-Pain, Khaled, Flex.
Flex, I mean, you know what?
Flex has
like, I'm just saying.
No, he
We
was
talk about the
great.
diet. He looks great.
But mustard,
incredible.
no. I mean, mustard needs a
I
little
don't.
more help.
I don't know if mustard.
he can't cut
I don't know
this
if he
mustard.
stuck to
He
it
can't
yet.
cut it yet.
Mustard be wearing
Yeah, he
those
would.
small shirts, those leather vests.
I'm going to be calling you about this, man, because
Nah, please.
I've
I'll
been
hook you
trying
up.
to be skinny again for the
Yeah.
past 8 years.
What's
I want to
today?
be skinny before I get rich.
You could be down. You could be down. Guaranteed. They guarantee 25 to 30.
Right.
If you stick to it, you could be down 40 pounds. What's today? This 3rd.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So you'll be down like March 15th. You know when it goes in like a lion, out like a lamb? When that lamb comes, you'll be slim. You just got to stick to it.
I'm going to hit you. So this is the 40-day reset.
Yeah.
And this is Doctors
Werfel.
Werfel and Vinny.
Yeah.
All right.
Vinny's the business guy to it.
Vinny's he
No,
put the
but
money behind it.
He's like, he don't even like, he came to the radio station, he met like Flex and Mustard. He don't care about the celebrity part.
Right.
That dude is about saving lives.
Lives. Now, what's changed about your life since you lost all this weight? Other than you not working at Hot 97.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to in a second.
Seen his
I mean-
P. Shalom. Pause.
Yeah, just the clothes.
We had Scarface on the show.
Yeah.
And he lost a lot of weight. You
Oh,
seen
did he?
Scarface?
No, I haven't
He
seen
lost
Tons.
mad weight. He looks like a
Really?
little boy. And he
Oh,
said
wow.
he said the biggest thing that's changed is what, Pete?
He well,
He said his dick got bigger.
yes.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm not trying to get into your personal
Yeah.
business,
No.
but
I don't know why you're worrying about Scarface's.
I'm not worried. I'm just saying that's what he said, and I haven't.
Okay, I'm
All
just.
right. Anyway, so how you feeling? You got higher energy?
Yeah, I'm way better energy. I sleep way better. Oh, I had sleep apnea before.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I have a machine.
Okay.
I got a machine in my house for sleep apnea.
Wait a minute.
What?
I'm not laughing at you.
No, I don't care.
I'm
You
laughing
said-
with
did
you,
you know
man.
that?
But like, would you'd hook
I
up some shit
You
to
know
your
what a
nipples
sleep
or
apnea
something?
machine? No.
Like, what the fuck?
It's a machine that you put over. It's like this. I sleep with this mask, this huge like Bane. You know, like the Batman Bane mask.
Every night you was sleeping with that
Yeah,
shit?
you got to sleep with the mask.
have to.
And then
Yo,
there's a hose.
your wife must have been loving you, B.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Like, imagine if your wife, nothing about your wife, but in general, like, if you have that, my aunt has that.
Yeah.
Like, imagine having that and then, like, your lady or your girlfriend.
Your aunt would sleep with this box around her
Yeah,
head?
yeah. Like, I went in, I thought it was, like, crazy. Like, it sounded like,
Like-
you know.
And what does that shit do, man?
Well, sleep apnea, it's I don't know the medical term, but basically when you breathe, there's a flap in your throat that
Right.
closes. When you have sleep apnea, a lot of times it's because of weight. The flap, it stays closed when you go to sleep, so the air doesn't go through. So you choke all night long.
You could
And
die.
It's like people think it's not snoring.
Right. No, but you.
You're choking.
Right.
And that's why, like, how big you are. Like, there's people that die from it.
So it would wake you up all throughout the night.
Well, not wake up where you're walking around, but like you don't reach REM sleep.
Right.
So you just all night, you're just like
So that's why you look so sleepy.
always.
So you got
And then
a
I
lot
did a
of
morning show.
Right.
So I was just miserable.
Right.
Like, miserable. No sleep.
And like, who pointed you to go buy this box machine, man? This
I went to the I got allergies.
Right.
So I went to the allergist and I was like, my wife says like I'm like choking. When I see one time I set my phone to record it, that is not a pretty sound, yo.
shit sounded dramatic. Huh?
Yeah. It sounds like you're dying.
Right.
Because you are. Because like, okay, right now when you're awake,
Sleep is a cousin of death.
sleep is a cousin of death. My
Right.
first cousin. When you're awake, you don't realize it, but you're using your muscles. Like your neck muscles are holding your head up.
Yep.
So that's why when you fall asleep, your head falls. Like
Exactly.
That. So that's all part of like the inside throat part. So like right now, your muscle, your muscle is allowing you to breathe normally. When you go to sleep, that muscle like relaxes,
Right.
and then it starts choking you.
Right.
My body's trying to kill me.
That's crazy. So no more sleep.
Once you
machine.
lose the weight, like doctors always tell you, that's the first thing you should do to try to cure your sleep apnea is lose weight.
Right.
So I don't even sleep with the machine anymore.
You throw it out yet, or you?
Nah, it's still
you
next
got
to
in
my
the
bed.
basement, like you got next to the bed.
Next to the bed.
Yeah.
But I just forgot to use it, and I feel better now.
Excellent. What
And
else, man?
Clothes. I fit into like, a little more
What are you like?
stylish.
30, 33, 34
My
now?
waist is 34. I
Get
still
the
get
fuck outta
36.
here.
Wow.
Because I like my pockets have a little room.
Right. No skinny jeans yet.
I threw on some skinny PRPS.
Okay.
Woo.
I was like,
Killing 'em.
okay.
Killing him. Yo, Scarface also said that his sex life was better. I'm not trying to get into yours, but
Yeah,
since
nah.
you, no?
Yeah.
Oh, you need news.
Is he married?
Probably not. No, actually not. I think Face is, but hey, listen, that's his business.
He got his business. So anyway, man, listen. Thanks for this story, man. I definitely want to talk to you about this because
Got you.
I know I need to lose weight. I know a couple of people on the team.
King.
Yo,
To
if
need to lose weight.
you group up,
Yeah,
Get
and
healthy.
do it and help each other.
like
outta
like
here.
what do you mean group up? Like somebody like we put a pyramid like the money in.
Yeah, if you do it,
Like,
you do a
is it
Ponzi
cheaper?
scheme.
Like if we all throw like 500 in,
Nah,
and
if
then
you
one
all-
week I get this
if you
treatment,
all
and the
do it-
next week a king gets the.
if you all do it and help each other, like it's hard to go out to eat with somebody that doesn't understand.
Right.
And everyone got something to say.
Yep. So listen, man.
Yeah.
You're on the Combat Jack show.
Yeah, thank you.
A lot is going on. A lot of people have criticized us for lobbing softball questions.
What you don't normally do?
I mean, I ask questions that intrigue me, but some of our harsher critics say
Right.
you don't ask the hard questions.
I'm not into that though.
I'm not into that either.
I'm not
but,
into the got you questions.
right, but I don't want that. But I do want to know what's going on, man. Is there life after Hot 97?
Can I make a statement?
Don't read that statement about Hot
Hot
97.
97
It's the nicest,
is the kindest,
human
bravest, warmest, most wonderful human being I've ever known in my life.
being. Was that approved by legal?
That's approved by Frank Sinatra.
It's approved. Frank, that's
Old Blue Eyes.
what do you mean? That's a quote from Frank Sinatra?
It's a play off of a quote from this movie called Manchurian Candidate.
Yes, the original. So you can't speak
Hot
about
97 is the kindest, bravest, warmest, most wonderful human being I've ever known in my life.
So you can't speak about what happened.
I can speak about it, but
17 years.
yeah.
17 years.
17 years at the station.
This is the home of hip hop. This is where hip hop lives. 17 years. What happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
What happened?
That just
What
ran,
happened?
it ran its course.
What do you mean it
Its
ran its
course.
course? Did you say I quit?
Yeah. Oh no, I left.
But
I left.
were you terminated? Were you forced
No,
to quit?
no.
Fed up?
No, they basically told me I'm not getting the permanent 3 to 7 slot.
Right. Which you had been working on for 3 months.
Right.
And
No, maybe more. No, when did Angie leave? June?
yeah,
Angie
June.
left June.
Yeah.
So
And I
July,
remember
August,
when you
September,
got that
November,
slot,
4 or 5 months.
I remember tweeting you or texting you, congratulating you because
Yeah.
that was a good spot.
Anyone who ever texted me, I said, I don't think I have it
That's
yet.
what you
Or it's
said,
not like
right.
it's not mine yet.
And I thought you were going to get it like 2 or 3 weeks later or
Yeah,
something
but
like
I was
that.
saying thank you to everybody. You know,
Right. So how was that spot for you?
oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great, but then there was a lot of what's the word? You're a lawyer.
Politics,
No, what's the
tension,
no. Like where you can't. A lot of caveats to it.
like restrictions?
Yeah, a lot of
Like what
restrictions.
kind of restrictions?
Like no interviews, no long talk breaks. Just keep it tight.
Keep it tight.
Yeah,
Based around the playlist.
yeah.
Okay. And did you like that or?
Well, I understand it because the station was going through changes.
Right.
So when the station goes through changes, less talk is always the first thing. Less talk and more hit music. Like that's
It's-
just radio 101.
Which is kind of crazy because here we are in 2015.
Yeah.
You got a successful podcast, a One Epstein podcast. We have a successful podcast. And the world is saying right now, what the people are saying is we want more talk. But it seems like the radio,
Not the radio
is totally
people.
counterintuitive to what people want right now.
People who listen to the radio, like your core
Who listens to radio right now?
Your core radio listeners are like the radio is like in the background.
Right.
Driving at work, the hottest songs right now.
Or
Like,
people that haven't upgraded and they don't have Sirius XM.
no, not even because some people we're into the music. We are in.
I don't listen
the
to
culture.
I don't listen to the radio anymore.
No, but
I listen to talk radio more so now.
right. But I'm talking not just not the radio culture. I'm talking about the hip hop culture.
Right.
Like we're in it. Maybe you don't listen to hip hop music the way you used to, but your walk, your talk, the way you dress, everything is hip hop.
Of course.
We're fanatics. We didn't go the 9 to 5 route.
Right.
We took initiative
We took
to
a road less traveled.
make this our life.
Right.
The radio's not for us.
Right.
I don't listen to the
So
radio.
who's Pete? You listen to the radio
Only when I worked at nights, I would listen to the radio.
at the bread truck?
Hey, yeah, forget about it. Semolina, focaccia. But yeah,
pumpernickel.
But yeah, and I will say this, and I'm not trying to skip any of our movement of this episode, but when I did work at night, and I remember used to be on the morning show before even Ebro jumped on.
Yeah.
But then, like, as I listened, you know, because I remember I worked at night, so I listened religiously. Like, those night workers listen to radio a lot, whether it be the fan or whether it be, you know, whatever it is. And I remember, like, you always seemed like so, like, of course, tired, but you always seemed like
heavy.
Like, no, that maybe that you were just bored there. After Ebro came on.
After Ebro came on? Yeah.
You always see.
How was that though, man? How was that whole transition from your program director sitting in the booth with you?
But see, now that I'm gone and I look back, it's different. But at the time, it just sucked because nobody likes their boss in the room with them,
and he's still your boss. Like,
right?
It's
that's
not
what
like
I'm saying.
It's not like I'm in the booth now, guys.
Right.
I'll put my boss.
Nah,
jacket
he
up.
tried to.
Right.
He would say, "I'm not the boss in here," but he would pull rank sometimes. Right. He was the boss. That's it. End of the day, he's the boss.
Right.
So that's what was uncomfortable about it. Not like people would be like, "Yo, how you let Ebro take your slot?" I never felt that way.
Right.
I just felt like, "Oh, I can't put my feet up or eat in the studio because our boss is in here."
What's the shit that he hates the most in the studio, man? That he used to get on y'all the most? That y'all would do when he wasn't around?
Just like having the next story ready or whatever it is, like real iron fist about like, all right, what we doing next?
Okay, yeah. So he's management.
Yeah, but that's not,
so. At what point does it become like, oh shit, I'm not really a part of this?
Not until there was a couple stages of transition, which I again didn't mind at the time, because I didn't like being the room leader.
Right.
When you're the lead host of a morning show, you're like the quarterback. It's like a job.
Right.
Like I liked when I was on the radio Saturdays, I would just talk my shit, play some music, have fun, take callers. Now I got to manage Rosenberg, who's the worst to manage. Now, I mean, like, I respect his talent. He's very good on the radio, and I respect what he did. But managing him in the room with
you
his
have to
ego,
manage his energy and his delivery and all of
worst.
that. Now, I heard this from somebody that's worked closely with you, and they said they sang praises of you, and they said,
"Man, thanks."
What they loved about you, or what they felt you were really designed to do on radio, was play music. Was be a DJ and then throw in your 2 cents, but you were an excellent radio DJ who would cover the music with his opinions and his
always funny,
right. But going from that to becoming a radio personality was maybe not the most natural move for you. Would you agree to that?
Maybe no. Radio personality, yes.
Right.
Morning show host,
right.
No.
Okay.
Morning show host.
You were on the mornings already. At Sirius, we're on in the morning.
Yeah, but that was 8 to noon.
Right.
And Sirius, we could do whatever we wanted.
Right.
There was no boss.
You had your feet up in the studio
all day.
Yeah.
And that was fun. We could just say what we want, play what we want, anything.
Right.
I was like, I'm going to do a Nas 90s mix right now and just do it.
Right.
No.
And there was the ratings,
there's no ratings, there's no advertisers, there's no
dropping
nothing.
the whole night. Okay.
There's nothing.
So meanwhile, all this time that you're on the radio, Syph, you realize that the radio world is different too.
Yeah.
Like it's changing. It's not as fun. You don't really break as much as you want to break.
Not at all.
New artists. So was that fucking with you also, man?
Yeah, that's part of it. And you can't I mean, I wasn't into like breaking like these underground artists. But sometimes there'd be a Meek Mill joint that came out off the mixtape that I clean up. I'm like, I want to play this tomorrow morning. It's like, nah, that's not.
And if you come from that era, that shit is not fun.
No, not when you used to be able to. But it's also, that's not for the morning.
Right.
It's moms going to work.
But this is New York used to.
But yeah, you want to, like
Pop,
the Meek Mill
Wu-Tang.
intro, like, hold up, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all thought I was, like, that's like, oh, I want to get that on. Like,
I'm a boat.
no, chill. Chill.
So this is going on. This shift is going on in the morning show.
Yeah.
Are you worried about ratings too, man?
Yeah, always. You're always worried about ratings.
Like that shit is a beast, right?
Yeah, that's constant.
Like
back in the day, it used to be the ratings came out every 3 months.
Right.
Now they come out every month.
Right.
And there's weeklies now.
So the pressure is ramped up even more.
And there's like a new rating system called PPM.
Right.
Which started right when we got the morning show.
Right.
That was one of our obstacles right away. Hey, what you were doing before has now changed. So, hey, there's some guys who never did a morning show before. Oh, and the way we get ratings is mad different. So change all of this. Everything you know, change it.
So what does one have to do? Because at the same time, and you already got bit by this, you got to push the envelope.
Yeah.
You got to keep the audience engaged.
Yeah.
You got to talk about the most outlandish or the most intriguing things you can. But at the same time, we live in a more PC world. You can't piss anybody off anymore. Like we
that's
could.
that's not. I didn't like that.
Right.
That's not me.
So is that shit fun?
Not for me.
Right. Not for
some
you.
people.
For some people.
Charlemagne, all day.
Right.
That's what
Charlemagne's
he
a
does.
goddamn fool.
Why?
Because he's a guy. He don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying, and he's good at that shit.
He's good.
So is Ebro.
Right.
Like, go at somebody. I was never, even when I was a kid.
Although Ebro still sounds I don't know if it's the age or whatever, but he still sounds a little measured and a little bit more controlled than say somebody like a Charlemagne.
Yeah, well, Ebro, I'm sure cares about certain relationships more.
Exactly.
Charlemagne,
Gives no fucks.
It sounds like he gives no fuck.
But to me, it seems like the best people in radio historically have been the ones that give no fucks.
Yeah, that kind of radio.
Yes.
Yeah,
but it's not that kind of radio anymore.
Well, yeah, but I don't like that.
Right.
I don't go for the jugular.
Right.
I go for the joke.
Right.
My thing is always jokes, and I don't like making fun of Jay-Z because
you know Jay-Z.
Yeah, I know Jay, and I'm gonna see him soon.
Right.
Like, I don't want that awkwardness.
You don't want Ty to mace you.
I don't want to get maced. I don't want to get R. Kelly.
But more importantly, that's a relationship that you respect.
Yeah, and then I also just have respect for people.
Right.
Even if I don't know them personally, I suck in hip hop, yo, because I'm like, nah, man, you don't know what that man's going through,
Right.
and people are like, well, I don't give a
But
fuck.
you know what? I don't think that sucks. Like I think even here on the Combat Jack show, we really don't go at people.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I think
it's just not my style.
it's not just
Like
style.
when I would, like, the funny stuff I would do with Jay-Z is when we were trying to get him on our show,
Right.
and we wrote the song. We took the song from I think it's what's the Disney movie with the cups and plates dancing? Is that Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast, I think. Yeah.
So we took one of those songs. It was like, "Be Our Guest." So we were singing to Jay-Z every day. Be our guest, be our guest. Jay-Z, you are the best. Like, that's funny to me.
Right. That doesn't really sound funny though.
No, it was funny at the time.
Okay.
You heard it. I didn't do a good job of it. And that's funny to me. And like, there's no way he would get mad at that.
Right. It's not offensive.
Yeah, I don't
It's funny. You're poking fun at the situation.
Right.
But you're not being
like
harsh.
in the song, we were like, "Be our guest." Beyonce, you have nice breasts, like something like that. Like, you know what I mean?
He might get upset at that though.
That's why he did get upset.
No, but you say
He did get upset at that.
using your sense of humor.
Yeah.
You know, I will say your happiest you ever been is when you and Rosenberg and K Fox.
Yeah.
I felt like when you were able to bring some of those type of
Cypher Sounds and Rosenberg show was a comedy show.
Right.
The whole premise of the show was a black, a Puerto Rican, and a Jew
Right.
walk into a radio station.
What happened to K Fox?
No, she just got.
She really got tired and she upped and left.
No, I think she got let go on, literally on, like, it's just budgets.
Right.
Like, I don't think it was nothing personal.
Did you ever feel like, damn, like with all the moving parts and shit going on, that you might be let go at a certain point?
Me, yeah.
Okay.
Even that time, I told K Fox, I said, I feel it coming. It's you or me.
That shit doesn't feel good, B.
No, not at all. I said I feel it's just all the company meetings are like, it's, we're not getting like we used to, and then every year, like, fiscal year comes around, got to make budget changes. I said, I feel like it's you and me.
Right.
And I was in LA.
And then you put your hand on her shoulder.
Nah, I thought it was me. Because now Ebro's on the show.
Right.
What was Ebro there with K Fox?
No, I don't think he was there yet. But you would know better.
people said. I mean,
I forget. I'm very fuzzy with this. But anyway, oh yeah, he wasn't there yet. But I said I feel like it's you and me because with the ratings,
Right.
money, all this stuff. And then I was in LA, And then I woke up to like text messages like, "Yo, K Fox got let go today." So
How's that feel with one of your people on your
it's,
team?
it's horrible. I never want to take nobody's job. Like that's people's lives,
right.
incomes. You know?
Good thing she bounced back.
Yeah. And on the other side of it, though, I respect capitalism, business. Money is money.
Money is money. Capitalism is capitalism.
Yeah,
there's no loyalty in capitalism.
But
there's no loyalty in capitalism.
There's none at all.
Okay.
The company is there to make a profit.
Right. Bottom line.
That's it.
What happened when you got bounced to the 3 p.m. show?
Well, I stole that show.
How'd you steal it?
So, the day Angie said she was leaving, I was with Dave Chappelle
Did
at
you see
Radio
that coming?
City. No.
Nobody saw that coming.
Nobody I know saw it coming. She said, I'm leaving, whatever. I'm with Dave Chappelle at Radio City. So I'm starting to see Instagrams. Angie's leaving. Everybody's in the studio. There's pictures, crying, hugging.
Oh, you missed it.
I was like, I missed it all. I felt bad.
Right.
I hit her with a quick text, but I know she was getting 1,000 texts.
Right.
Texas? Is that, sorry.
Texas. I say Texas.
You say Texas?
Yeah, but somebody says texts.
Text.
I don't give a fuck.
1,000 texts.
Right.
Text.
Texas.
Not Texases.
Text.
I say Texas.
Texas.
Well, you pronounce things
let's
different.
let's not get stuck on this.
Text.
Man.
1,000 text. She was getting a lot of text messages.
Text messages.
And then,
Very good, Cypher.
And then, so we had a new boss at the time. So
Temporary boss.
I didn't know he was temporary at the time, but yeah.
So you got all these moving figures in the back room as well.
Well, so the part I'm skipping over is what really changed was the merger between Hot 97 and WBLS.
Right.
That's when people got let go, and if there was duplicate jobs, somebody had to go. There's 2 heads of promotions. We're going to use this one.
Right.
2 heads of HR. We're going to use this one. So people were just getting let go, and I almost got let go there, or I thought I was, and then they were like, all right, we're going to, technically we're going to make you a mixer. So now you're the mixer of the morning show.
Right.
You can still jump in with your jokes, but your pay grade is now mixer.
Damn.
So I was like,
so you got it cut.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was like, all right, well, yeah,
Team player.
I'm for the station, baby.
Right.
For the station. We gotta get it. Boom, we gotta get it. So then there's like new bosses and new personality, whatever. Everybody's cool though.
But people
and
you
I
don't
knew
know.
Dion. Dion's our boss. I know him from oh shit. Like I did like some radio conventions, radio awards, and New York State Broadcast Awards. And I met Dion. Man, cool. Talk. He's like, he even said, y'all like your show, all this stuff. So then new bosses. So then Angie leaves, and I just took it. I said, "Oh my God, Angie left us. Oh, all right. I'll hold down the show till we figure it out, guys. I got woo."
So you really pulled that shit off.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers are like, so distracted. They like, okay, you take it.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh my God, all right. I'll hold it down. Feel it."
Were you still getting paid for the mixer job, or
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
So
So
the pay wasn't
no,
commensurate. Okay,
The pay never went up.
right.
I took it, and then my boss was like, all right, you do this, try for a week, we'll see what happens. And then he told me till further notice.
Right.
So that's when I started going with the joke.
Right.
Till further notice. I'm here till further notice. I'm fine with the joke. Fine with it. I love jokes all day. And then they were like, hey, stop saying that. All right, why? It's a joke. No, it's inside. You're too much. I'm like, all right, it's comedy, whatever.
These are people you don't know now. These are people coming by.
Right.
Are they wearing suits?
But then Jay Dixon, mad cool.
But I'm saying the corporate, are they wearing suits?
Everybody wears suits, man. It's a job.
No, but I'm saying though, you know, like
they
you're
wear
not
nice,
accustomed to like suit
wear
people
dress-
standing over your shoulder.
No, there's always suit people at High
but not always.
There's always
But
been.
now a lot more.
What do you think the sales departments in like Method Man
but
t-shirts?
not in the booth with you, like
no, it's this side.
all right.
So yeah, so then it was just
So
like
shit was tense.
there was no like, oh, can I do this? No, don't do that. No, don't do this. Don't do this. I was just like, all right, cool. What we got to get the ratings up first.
Right.
All right, cool. All right. It's fine. I'm just with it.
So
Rolling.
how are you trying to get the ratings up if you feel your hands are so tied, man?
Yo, short talk breaks, hit music.
Right.
Short talk breaks, hit music. That's the formula. So I just did it, and then they said they were gonna they weren't giving me the spot.
Right.
So
And you were mad.
I was a little upset.
Right.
I'm mad.
Right. Who's Nessa?
Nessa is dope.
I mean, she's bad.
No, Nessa's dope.
she's bad.
Yeah, Nessa's
but
dope. I like Nessa.
But who's Nessa though? Who is
She's
she?
on Girl Code.
But she, on radio, who is Nessa?
I never heard on radio.
In New York, who's
She's from-
Nessa?
But what? Who doesn't matter?
But
from New
I'm
York.
just saying though, like it does matter
Nah.
in I mean, Syph. Now don't
doesn't
bullshit.
matter.
Syph,
It doesn't matter.
Syph, don't bullshit.
Why does that matter?
Don't bullshit me.
Why?
Historically,
Yeah. It's
some of our best personalities
Yeah.
have represented this city best because they were from here. Yes or no? Yes or no?
historically, some of our best
Most of our best.
have represented New York because they were from
Exemplary
here.
because they were from New York.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
agree
you
with that.
the saddest period of Hot 97 was when Big Boy was on in the
Big
morning.
Boy.
I hated that shit.
I
used to
understand.
pray. I used to pray. I used to tweet, please give the morning show to Cypher Sounds
Right.
and Rosenberg.
But
please!
I understand what you're saying. I love Big Boy. Big Boy
Because he's a
is-
radio guy?
He's hilarious.
Hey, good morning, New York. Here right now, we're going to talk about Uptown and Times
He
Square.
wasn't even here.
What's
Nah, he wasn't
happening in
here.
Brooklyn? I'm like, yo, you sound like
he-
you're in fucking Baldwin Hills. That shit was so insulting.
That's
Come
just-
on, man.
That's how it is in radio.
I know,
It's just,
but
it just
not
was
in
never
New
like
York.
that.
Syph in
No.
New York.
In New York too. Not on Hot 97.
Right.
But Al Joyner is not from New York.
That's true,
Neither
but he's
is,
for the older cats that
neither is
they go
Steve
to church
Harvey.
with the like, they go to work with the Bible in their
Yo,
briefcase.
Steve Harvey, Al Joyner. Is it Al Joyner?
Al Joyner, yeah,
There's another big syndicated one.
that I probably don't listen
I
to.
forget. The dude who was on afternoons at Kiss FM. I forgot his name. He's like real radio voice. Like, what's up, New York? Like,
I didn't listen to it.
it's just only Hot 97 wasn't like that.
Okay,
So,
but New York wasn't ready for Hot 97 to change like that. Like it really hurt to hear this dude.
I just think, yeah, New York is
I
the
could
biggest.
smell the palm trees coming out the radio.
Yeah, New York is the biggest market in the country. So, and we definitely have a hometown pride.
right?
And
Which is
it's-
important, and you know that. I
and
mean,
yet-
come on, man, you were responsible for a lot of
when
shit.
it snows and you're not talking about the snow and the trains in the morning, that will mess you up. I'm not taking nothing away from Big
Right.
Boy though. If you go to LA,
I mean, Big Boy's the man. I mean, you can't
It
take
sounds
anything.
amazing.
You can't take anything away from Big Boy, but you can't let Big Boy come here and take all of that shit away
If-
from New York. That's
if-
all I'm saying. And I'm not even trying to be like bring New York back. I'm
If-
just saying, listening to the radio, it was not the same experience.
right? I agree. If Big Boy moved to New York and did a New York show, he would have murdered it.
I disagree.
He's that talented.
I disagree. But anyway, we can agree.
But it was
to
a syndicated
Right,
show
of course.
that was in other markets
Right,
also,
right.
which makes it a little more generic.
Right.
If he was like, I'm moving to New York, he put a hoodie on and figured out the ways of the
He would
land.
look real funny, and especially with all. What you talking about? Fat Big Boy or skinny Big Boy?
I like Fat Big Boy.
I like
man.
Fat
No
Big Boy too.
disrespect,
I like
man.
fat Big Boy, but anyway. So you get the news, man, and like you gotta feel a little betrayed.
Nah, not betrayed.
You stayed loyal.
Yeah,
You-
I don't
you-
feel betrayed.
Were you really offered the position at Power before Angie,
Yeah, but that was years ago.
and you didn't take it?
That
How many years ago?
no, that was years ago. That was when we first started the morning show.
And then you got offered that,
Yeah,
and you were like, "No, I'm gonna rock with."
yeah, but that I said that on One Ep, and that's what people took that line and ran with it. But we've said this many times on One Ep
Right.
that it was a long time ago.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, it's me or Angie. This was 7 years ago.
Did Angie call you after that and be like, "Hey, what the
Nah,
fuck are you talking
Angie's
about?"
my
Okay.
sister, yo. She didn't.
So how did you feel? You didn't feel betrayed. You felt what?
Just like a little, like sad. Like, oh man, I really like this position. I really wanted
I
to.
like the paycheck. I like
I
the
really,
perks.
I really wanted to. I never look at paychecks.
Right.
I'm the worst with money.
Damn.
I really wanted to make the show the Cypher Sound show.
Right.
And I was waiting for the handcuffs to get taken off.
Right.
So I could bring in my guests.
You think they were this misleading you, like the handcuffs are coming off soon? Or
No.
they can't kind of strung you along?
No, they were just like, no, we're not sure what we're doing.
Right.
We're not sure. We're not sure if we're still not sure. Because then my ratings were good. So then they were like, all right, let's see what it is, you know?
And who you against? You're against Angie.
Against Angie, yeah.
And your ratings are good.
In the beginning.
Right.
I was beating her. And then she was like, oh, okay, hold on, let me.
But the difference is, I would say, at least Angie's getting the support of the station.
Yeah.
Were you getting the support?
No.
Okay.
No, because the support went to the morning show.
Right.
Well, me and Rosenberg always felt that we were third string.
Right.
Morning shows in any other station is
First string.
First string.
Yes.
But we already have Flex and Angie
Right.
at the station.
So it was backwards. Flex.
It was different.
Angie, and then
Yeah,
you
it's
guys,
different.
Right.
So then, and Angie left, they were like, all right, let's get this morning show popping.
Right.
So, which is the right thing to do.
Right.
And it's like, as long as I'm talking less, playing hits, we going to
And then you find yourself without a morning show.
Huh?
Then you find yourself without the morning show.
What do you mean?
You saying the morning show became the priority, and then after that, you weren't on the morning show anymore.
Right. Oh, yeah, I wasn't on it. Just that I was afternoons. But so yeah, no, I never felt betrayed. I was just like, man, I really wanted to get that shot.
You know, the last time you was on, man, like it sounded like when you talked about your day job, you were talking about your day job.
Yeah.
But then when you talked about the improv and
Right.
the comedy and the whole nine,
Yeah, but
and these
that's-
projects out in California, you would brighten up.
I'm sure if you talk to Nessa today,
Yes.
that's her energy towards what was my old job.
Right.
It's new. We're humans. We like something new.
But it was something different. It's like, yeah, you can be amped about a new job, but it's still a job. But when you're talking about things that are beyond, you were talking about things beyond.
But I'm always
You're talking about the passion.
I'm like on a constant search for like happiness.
Right.
And I love when people try new things and go new directions and follow their passions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
17 years ago, all I wanted to do was play Raucous records on Hot 97.
But 17 years ago, the world was different in New York.
Yeah.
Right.
I wanted to play
If the world stayed the same, you'd probably still be having a fun time.
Yeah.
But the world changed.
Yeah.
Like, it's like hip hop is
Serato, iPods, PPM
playlists.
ratings,
Like come on, breaking.
Yeah, like all
boot
everything
camp. You
changed.
can't break boot camp right now.
But I accept change.
Right.
I'm fine with
But
change.
that doesn't mean you have to be happy with change. And it sounded like what I'm saying is you sounded so unhappy. This is just me running with my.
If I look, the first day I started at Hot 97 as Flex's intern, let's say I made a list of things I wanted to do. Then if you looked at that list today, you can't do those things anymore.
You can't compare to this. You can't.
You can't do those things.
Right, you can't do those things.
So like if that was my goal and now you're no longer able to do it, then
it takes away from your
from
your joy, right? So you were unhappy.
I don't like to say it like that.
You weren't too happy.
Yeah,
you weren't amped about.
Right, I wasn't amped. No, I wasn't
going in every day.
I wasn't amped.
And how do you feel now, man? It's been how long?
Oh, I feel. What's today? It's been technically a week since I legally left.
So, and did you have to sit down in a room with a bunch of
Nah, I didn't even go in. My agent just did it.
Did they scream at you for your episode on Juan Epstein when you were?
Nah, no one screamed at me. I think that was part of the.
What did they say?
Nothing to me.
Right. What did you hear?
That it is. Maybe it's too inside.
Right.
And I was like,
but you didn't say anything now.
I know that, but that's why I was like, guys, if you want to get your research department to go listen to 100 Juan Epps from before, where we always talk about what's happening at the station.
They felt you had done something different.
I think they just never heard Juan Ep before.
Right.
They didn't hear Juan Ep the way it's supposed to be heard.
Right.
They've read blog headlines.
Right. Because it got turned up.
And they read blog headlines.
Right.
Like, Cypher exposes the inner workings of Hot 97. No, I didn't. I didn't
But
expose
let me
anything.
ask you though, is Hot 97 changing? And I'm gonna tell you why. about a month and a half ago, like my daughter listens to Disney.
Yeah.
Like the Disney station on Sirius all the
Right.
time.
And she's like, what, like 19, right?
No, my daughter's she's 7. So she's like was that a shot?
No.
If I had
You have
a 19-year-old daughter listen to the Disney. Anyway, she's like, Dad, I want to hear rap music today.
Yeah.
So I put on Hot 97. Now I'm not paying attention. I'm driving. It was like the weekend, and she's like, Dad, are you sure you're on Hot 97? Because those are the Disney songs. And I was like, oh shit. Like there was like, I don't know if this was like a little experiment or something going on, but I was like, yo, and I started the room. I was like, I think Hot 97 is about to go pop.
Yeah.
Is that happening?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you the inside scoop, but like, yeah, they had us playing different. But see, here's the thing though. Hot 97 DJs
Yes.
always love playing pop music, the hot pop joints. Any club you go to, Camilo, Mr. C, Bobby Trends, Flex, we play the hot joints in the club. You know what I'm saying? Or like if someone asks us to do their wedding, we know not to go in there with backpack music.
Right.
Every DJ at Hot 97 got the
They got a bag of tricks.
the
They know
pop playlist.
Right.
Like when I do Atlantic City, I have a crate that's just all white pop pool party music.
Right.
Right? So Hot 97 DJs have always been versatile. Now, in our core, we want to play street music because they give us the most reaction, and we want to break.
And this is what brought you to the station in the first
Yeah,
place.
we want to break new street music,
Right.
but we know how to balance it. We know how to balance it. Nobody was mad that we had to play Hideaway because, like, I was talking about this earlier. Nico and Vinz.
Yes.
They're two black kids. They're two African kids.
That's a great record though.
That it's a great.
And it fits on the station.
There's always eras of music that go up and down. More hardcore, then things go pop. Puffy, Bad Boy, that was all pop music.
Pop music with some rapping ass.
Why?
motherfuckers.
What was the difference?
It was samples that were pop, and it was motherfuckers from the hood.
Yeah, and the Nico and Vince dudes, I'm just using them as an example. That record is a dope ass melodic song with some drums.
It makes motherfuckers feel like they breathe in some fresh air.
Yeah, that's all. Like nobody was mad at that.
But I'm saying we heard some extra. Like I don't know if it was Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Anyway, but even now the new programming director,
Yeah, I don't know.
Pio.
Yeah.
He comes from the world of pop radio.
I spoke to him once on the phone. I never even met the
But
guy.
what does that mean? If a pop program director comes to a station that's not pop, does that signify the writings on the wall or?
I mean, it could.
Right.
I don't want to sound boring. I don't know.
Okay, and I respect that.
And they yeah, but I mean, it's definitely they have to compete with what's going on because everybody now plays hip hop.
Yes.
Everybody. 106.7 will play like some
Oh, get out of here! Really?
Yo,
Disney.
not hip hop, but like they'll play like some like an Ashanti
Delilah is
record
not
or
playing 2 Chainz.
something. Not Delilah.
Well,
She's like,
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna get a song on for you and
No,
your
no,
wife.
The Disney Channel plays the Katy Perry record, but they always take out Juicy J. Like I'm
Right.
so
Yeah,
mad
yeah,
that they
yeah,
take
yeah.
out Juicy J. like it's fucked up. It's like you know what I'm saying. Like he's not good enough for Disney.
He's talking drug rap.
Oh, that's the guy's name, Pio.
P.O. Yeah.
Wait,
And no, I'm just saying.
you know P.O.?
No, I it sounds like an old like a Connect.
P.O.
like,
Ferro.
You know, an old Connect. Like back in
P.O.
the day, like yo, we
Ferro.
gotta see Pio. Yo, Pio on
All right,
out in Washington Heights.
So this is
Get
a
that-
new world for you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You don't feel upset anymore.
Nah.
You don't feel like they did you dirty.
Nah, I never did.
Right. Your relationship with Ebro's the same. He's still your best friend.
He's never my best friend. We cool though.
Just cool though. Is like,
Yeah.
is there a little something like
Nah.
Okay.
We're like ill will towards him.
just
or-
like this motherfucker?
Nah.
Because Ebro seems like
Yo, that dude
he's
has,
always playing a chess game,
Oh, he is. I respect that though.
even when there's no chess game going
No,
on.
there's always a chess game.
No, not
You're
all the time.
Crazy.
Not all the time.
Always.
Syph, not all the time.
Always.
Not all the time. Like the last time you came here, right?
Yeah.
The last time you came here, You sat down on a seat that was lower.
Yeah.
It was a seat that happened to be lower.
The couch was
just
low.
coincidentally.
No, that's 48
and
laws
you was
of power.
like, yo, and I was like, yo, we're not playing that game. And I think over the past,
you wanted to sit over me,
particularly over the summer. I understand, like, I'm not in his situation. I don't have to deal with Ebro.
Yeah.
Like, but I was like, dude, you don't have to always play chess. Not always. See,
maybe
maybe
I learned from Funkmaster Flex.
Right.
Like, everything is a game. Everything is the hustle, the game, the chessboard. Like,
Doesn't that shit get exhausting though?
oh, very, very.
But if I'm saying it gets exhausted, then what I'm saying genuinely is not everything is not necessarily a game.
Sorry, you talking about in life?
I'm talking about
In hip hop? I have my days where
Right.
I turn down,
Right.
turn shit off, go to the movies with my wife, go to dinner.
but you have some days that you turn up just because you want to turn up.
What do you mean?
Just like when you like when you putting points on the board, but you
Yeah.
just putting points up on the board because you can, not because you're trying to take a nigga out, not because you're
Yeah, no,
competing.
I never. That's not my style. Yeah.
But you understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Sometimes it just comes naturally. That shot comes naturally.
My philosophy is just do the best you can do
Right.
for you,
Right.
and the things will come. I never hate, never try to take anybody's job. Once in a blue, the jealousy will come out and be like, well, why does he get to do that?
Who you jealous of?
And I
man?
check myself.
Who's you jealous of?
Who am I jealous of? Specifically, like in music,
Yeah,
or
like somebody he's like I'm referring specifically to what you just brought up.
like this kid Ricky Velez.
Okay.
He's a comedian, hilarious dude. He just got a correspondent job on what's the new show, the Nightly Show.
Nightly Show.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
yeah, like
Because that's where your passion is right now.
right.
Your passion is in comedy. Your
Yeah.
passion is in improv. Your
So somebody like that, like I'm jealous of him, but like in a loving way. Like
Right.
I tell him to his face, like, damn, you live in the life.
I kind of feel that also, like in this whole podcast world, this interview world right now, where you guys get an interview and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, no, I don't get.
You don't. Sometimes I get that.
Yeah,
Well, it's different things, but we always take a look at ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even though, like, I know what you're saying, like, you're a good-hearted person, but at the end of the day, when somebody sees something, you know, they may say, "Damn, he got that job. How much is he making? Oh, good for him. I'm happy for him." And then
Yeah.
you may say, "Yeah, I kind of wish that would."
yeah. I wish it was
though."
me. That's all.
Right.
I wish it was me. Not that he's not qualified. He's not worth it. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have got that. Oh, that would have been good for me. That spot right there.
Right.
But then, like, I know people feel that way towards me. Like, so.
like this new TV show that I hear you're working on with
Yeah.
Alicia Keys. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's based on my improv show that I do Friday nights,
Right.
UCB Theater.
I had a great time doing that shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did.
I seen it. That was funny. He was like,
I know
"Nah,
mine wasn't that good. I know, but
Nah,
I had a
it wasn't?
great time. I mean, you forgot about it.
What?
That I did the UCB.
Yo, he forgets everything. I told him.
I can remember every line from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but I don't remember like people like me or birthdays or anything.
But how's the UCB thing going for you?
Great,
And
incredible,
it's opened up a lot of doors for you.
and it started me in a whole. I invented a lane.
Right.
My goal in life was to invent a lane. I invented this lane.
And it's dope.
I mean, I took two lanes that existed
Right.
and merged them, but
Hip
I
hop
did
and
it.
improv.
Yeah,
And now this thing is. Can you talk about it now? Or is it still?
It's still, yeah. Like me and Alicia Keys, like Swiss did the show.
Right.
Loved it. Was like, as soon as the show was done, he's like, yo, my wife would love this shit on some like theater. You know, she's like from performing arts school
Right.
and theater, and they did
Fame.
they did like they produced like Fella on Broadway.
Right.
So he's looking at it like on some theater. That's what it really is.
Some
Like,
Broadway.
It's not a comedy club.
Right.
It's like theater.
Some Broadway dinner.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like
supper club.
artsy.
Right.
I mean, I thug it out. I got rappers at the UCB stage,
So-
but it's artsy.
So did he bought Alicia to?
Yeah, he introduced. He really, they sent this lady named Susan who works for Alicia Keys Films,
Okay.
and she didn't tell me she was coming. She snuck in, and she came up to me afterwards, and she was like, "I work for Alicia Keys. This was amazing.
Damn.
We love this." Like, and I was like, she made my day. It made my year.
Right.
So so we got with Alicia and the guy, Ian Gelfand, who was the producer of the Hot 97 VH1 show.
Right.
He was the showrunner.
How'd you like that show, by the way? Seriously, how'd you like that?
Yo, your laugh is because I know what he's doing.
No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just asking you. Like,
Me,
how'd you like that?
Personally,
yes,
I loved being on it.
right,
And I loved the way it was supposed to be.
Right.
They changed it a lot.
Right.
The last 2 episodes was the way it was supposed to be, but it was the last 2 episodes.
Right.
So who cares?
right.
But me as a comedian and someone who wants to be on TV and mocking hip hop culture
When you work,
and radio culture
Right.
is the fucking, it's beautiful.
and the way you and Rosenberg were portrayed as like the underdogs.
Yeah, the underdog,
right.
goofballs.
Yeah.
That's all us.
Okay.
So there's some people didn't like it because it was like kind of a lot of people in hip hop don't like being goofy.
Right.
I don't care. It's funny.
I watched the first couple episodes. I enjoyed it for what it was.
And then it was like, but they changed it a lot.
Right.
They
Okay.
so
anyway, Ian Gelfand.
yeah. So me, him, Alicia Keys partnered up, and we shot.
That's kind of big, man.
Yes. I mean, it's been a while, but
Right.
I just wasn't able to talk about it, which I'm still not really able to.
But it's not, the ink's not signed yet.
The ink signed with Alicia.
Okay.
That's been signed.
That's big.
Alicia's great.
Right.
Awesome. But we have it at a couple networks.
Okay.
So they're like
And they like
negotiating
it.
stuff.
Negotiating.
Yeah.
So they all like it.
Yeah.
So you had like a bidding. You have a
I don't know
bidding.
if- I don't know if it's a
war
bidding war, but-
going. Look at Flacco. the
Getting that
building.
paper. Yo, all those people that are which way in UCB it's called.
Yeah.
They're gonna. I've seen it. Talented people.
Yeah.
They're gonna
You
be
should have him
involved
come
too.
down, man. He's got some amazing stories
Stories?
about
Come through.
these guys.
those
Forget
days?
about it, and like the time he's doing naked push-ups in jail. He got all these stories.
Forget
Yeah.
about it. Don't drop
do.
the soap. son. Let me tell you. One time I did drop the soap, and
Hey, yo.
no. Listen, but I made like it wasn't mine. Like we were in the shower, and I used to shave. I used to shower with my boxers on because
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
jail?
Yeah, most definitely. Because so I would go.
He'll give you some good jail stories.
Yo,
I'm saying, man.
So the soap, you know when you're doing a soap
was
with
it
no
like the green
washcloth.
soap? Like was it?
Nah, Corkcraft. But
what's
the thing,
Corkcraft?
it's a prison soap, man.
What's it smell like? Lime,
Nah.
minty,
Tell you one
fresh?
thing, if you ever had a pimple, them shits went away when you used that soap. Bro.
Corkcraft.
Like oatmeal
Okay.
with
So,
peanut butter in it.
so you dropped the soap and you kicked it. And
No, I never kicked it, so I dropped it and it slid across the whole bathroom.
Is that real in jail when you drop the soap?
I'm dead serious. Listen, it I was the first person
Well,
showering.
hold up. Back up for a second.
Yeah.
Is it real in jail when somebody drops the soap, everybody stands up? At
I mean, it's a
attention?
cliche. I mean,
Right.
you don't want to drop the soap, but I was the first
Because
person.
you don't want to bend over to
no,
pick it
no,
up,
no.
right?
So I was the first person in line showering. There's like 7 shower heads. So when I was under my arm, using the soap, and it just slipped out of my hand,
Yeah.
and it slid across the 6 other people. So when I happened to turn
everybody's looking
in my
in your
peripheral,
direction?
somebody was like, "Yo." Your soap, and I was like, that is not mine, and I just literally made it like I still had the soap in my hand, and just made a fist and just went, just continued to wash.
And is the soap yours? Like you have it in your cell and you have to bring it to the shower?
I had it in my locker.
Where's the locker?
Well, if you're in a dorm, it's in your locker.
So how'd you
if you're
get
in
your
a
soap?
cell,
How'd
it's
you
in.
get your soap back?
What do you mean? I left it there. I wasn't going to
So
pick
you
it
had to
up.
go to commissary.
I said it wasn't mine. So what I did was the next commissary, I bought multiple soaps.
How much are the soaps in
Well,
commissary?
I started fucking with the Lever 2000, the Irish Springs. I started
you have
to
all that?
come up. Yeah, I started to come up. Yeah, because at first I didn't have really any money, so I had
all
to.
bars?
I mean, bars of soap.
Bars.
No body wash?
Nah, I don't. You don't have no puff in there. What do you think? You have like
What
a
do you mean,
puff?
like because you'll make a shank out
Yo,
the bottle?
son.
Forget about it.
Nah, but true story. I don't know
If I
where the
had
hell
a
we
bar
got here.
soap- If I had a bar soap in jail, I would find I would wash myself so slow, son, so that it wouldn't drop.
It happened by accident.
Or I would like maybe make them like brass knuckles, like poke holes in them and hold the soap like brass knuckles.
Until it just
You
started
want
crumbling.
you want to hear something real dope?
Yeah.
Somebody used to make creations out of soap when I
Like
was in
little
there.
dolls
There's a
and
lot of
shit?
creative people in jail.
I
Real
know,
talk.
I
We're not
heard.
sitting here talking about fucking glorifying jail.
No, I
There's
understand.
creative
Like
people.
little furniture.
No, they used to make like different like
Sculptures
a
and stuff,
heart
right?
or
Yeah.
like
A heart.
Yeah, like flowers.
And then they would give you the heart soap.
Well, they would sell it. You would buy it and send it home to your family. I'm dead
Okay,
serious.
all right.
It wasn't the soap that I dropped in the bathroom. though.
What kind of figurines were you buying out
No,
of
I was
soap?
buying handkerchiefs, like when they would people would draw on them and write like "Love you, mom" and and shit like that. Yeah,
There's a lot of. I didn't know about
there's
this.
There's super creative people in jail. Real talk.
Arts and culture department. Like
Arts
the
and corrections.
arts and corrections wing. That's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway,
So Cypher,
I digest.
what's next for you, man? And you do digest.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
This whole Hot 97 thing has blown up incredibly, right? Everybody's like, yeah, I know you got some bit. I was already working on my next things. Hot 97 is somewhere I love to work, and I was happy doing it, but I was already coming up with my TV shows. I got like 6 different TV concepts I'm working on.
What?
My stand-up.
You got an agent?
Yeah, I just got an agent.
Congratulations.
Recently.
Pitbull?
I got, who?
Is he a Pitbull?
Oh, yeah. He's crazy. He's sick.
You got to fly out west to meet him?
No, he was here. That's why. That's another reason why I like him. He knew who I was.
Right.
I didn't have to sell myself.
Nice.
He's like, oh, Cypher Sounds. I listen to you all the time. Would love to do this, and that.
Nice.
When I got, I always was doing stand up, but it wasn't 100%. When I got Angie's slot, I hate calling it that. When I got the 3 to 7 slot,
Hey,
Angie's
slot.
my nights were free.
When I got Angie's slot.
No pause required.
Like that
No pause
slot.
required.
Okay, sidebar.
Yeah.
Pause
Yeah.
is for when you say something gay, right?
Well, when you say, okay, you know.
No, that's what it is.
No, listen. Hold up, time out. I got to put a disclaimer on that because some people think that the Combat Jack show is mildly homophobic.
Okay.
There's nothing homophobic about this show.
I have no idea about that.
Listen to me. We're very immature.
Okay.
He's in his late 30s.
Yeah.
I'm in my very late 40s.
Yeah.
We still get a joy out of pause.
Right.
The pause game is created when somebody says something that can be taken multiple ways. Like, yo, I like meat.
Right. Pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went down. I was hungry. I was looking all over the place for the meat stick.
But that's what it was invented
Pause.
for.
That's
now I'm hearing dudes say pause when you say anything sexual, even if it's towards a female.
I don't understand
No.
That's wrong.
They're fucking up the game.
Thank you.
They're fucking up
Thank
the
you.
game. I don't think we've been flagrant at all with our usage.
Nah, see, I hate that when you like
Exemplary usage
No,
of the pause game. Give them an example, Pete.
Listen, first of all, I want to do a PSA. We love the gay community. I mean, both of my sisters are gay, and one of them is married.
right.
Like, they had a real wedding. So, we don't. Whenever I say something like that or Combat says something like that, I mean,
Yeah, but I don't have nothing against gay people, and
Yeah.
I don't think.
But do you think we should be limited from playing the pause game?
No.
Thank you.
I think pause game is fine.
It's fun. Exactly. It's fun. Everybody should have fun, right?
Everybody should have fun.
What's next for you, man? You're in the tech world right now?
Tech world?
You invested in some tech. I listen to Juan Epstein, man.
Oh, yeah.
You reinvigorated the Juan Epstein show.
Yeah.
and they're taking money now.
You guys got Bevel. You guys got our
Tristan.
biggest sponsor on.
Guys, I'm not here to sell anything, man,
Right.
but that bevel razor
It's crazy, right?
is creative for people with curly and coarse hair.
Curly and coarse hair.
We need that.
Approved by an African-American dermatologist.
Yeah.
What are you
And
doing? The
invented
ad?
by Tristan Walker, a young African-American
And
entrepreneur.
Nas is
behind it.
Yo, listen.
And it's good for Italians.
Internets. Go to getbevel.com.
Where is the-
Punch in your promo code.
Yeah.
Combat.
Wanep.
Combat.
I'm sorry?
Combat.
What is
COMBAT.
edit that Wanep promo,
the
please,
one-
man.
No, our promo code is one.
No, but you're not on the One Up show.
Okay.
You're on the Combat.
What's yours?
Combat.
That's aggressive.
Combat?
That's not it. No, that's what it
scary.
is.
Anyway, listen, don't fuck up our money. We won't fuck up your money.
Yo, Sype, have you listened to any Combat Jack shows before?
No.
No, be honest.
No,
be
you
honest.
don't. No, you don't.
'Cause, yo,
you don't
a
listen.
few.
No, you don't. Don't lie.
I listened
Like
to-
what?
I listened to the Jessica Rosenblum.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, she shouted you out.
And the Ebro.
Yeah, you had to,
To hear if he said
Ebro had
anything about
everybody-
you.
Ebro had everybody right there.
I was forced. Like a feeding tube.
Yo, man, listen.
He would have made you comb his beard.
no comb his chest hair.
Let me find
Yo,
out
did
you
you
were
see the
combing his
Scared
beard.
Straight? I mean, we digress right now. You ever see the recent Scared Straight joint?
No.
Where this one dude, this big black dude, walks up to this little white kid. He's like, I didn't like what you did. Now comb my chest hair. Yo, just look that shit up in Google, B. Scared Straight chest hair. Yo, that's the new shit. You ever had to do that, Pete? Comb?
Never.
Okay.
Never. I will say this, and then if you mind your business, you don't involve yourself in any drugs, gambling, or homo activity.
Homosexual.
Edit that.
Please say it so that we can embrace
if you don't
our extended homosexual.
Yeah, if you don't involve in any homosexual
community.
activity, I promise you will never have a problem moving
See,
around. in jail.
I always scared, right?
What about the phone?
Well, the phone's a different story.
Yeah.
And it depends where you are. There's actually the Spanish have their own phone. The Bloods have their own phone.
The Nietas.
Well, the Spanish stay in the Nieta. They
If
thought
you were in jail,
No,
Spanish phone.
if you were in
there's no way.
Nietas or 5%ers.
Listen to me.
I'm just asking.
Promo
you.
code combat.
No.
It will never happen.
Nietas or 5%ers.
You in jail.
In
you
jail.
have to go Spanish.
You have to go
Yes.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yes, and I had to do that too.
But here's the thing: what I heard about jail, where a place where I will never
Ever.
go.
Ever.
If
Let's say it
I-
together. We will never.
Ever.
Ever.
God,
again.
I'm not even religious.
Yeah.
God forbid I'm driving along and I hit some white dude on a bike and kill him. I drive away to a place in the woods where I have a box buried with money, supplies, some ID
Some
situations.
food.
I go away to another country. I put a letter in the mail that I already have written.
That's a lot of going away before they catch
He
you.
got some plan.
That's a lot of traveling before they catch you, man.
Oh, listen.
So you're
as
not
soon-
going to jail.
I hit the guy. Boom. Oh, shit. He's dead. I take my Easy Pass. I take my phone.
You chuck it.
Throw it out the window.
No goodbye to anybody.
There's a letter written for that.
Okay.
My wife knows when she gets this letter what happened. The letter
Are
might.
you fucking around?
Okay. I have a box buried.
You have a box buried.
I hit somebody.
Is this not that improv shit? Because I know
I
sometimes
get-
you guys are weird with
I
the story.
trade my Escalade for some.
Fiat.
Yeah, any.
As a
old-
matter of fact, hold
old
on.
car.
I got to interrupt you.
Yeah.
You're a bad driver, dude.
Why?
You're a bad driver.
No, I'm a good driver.
I had an experience with you.
Oh, yeah, you saw me in the street, right?
I'm fucking driving down the Lower East Side one day. I'm fucking. You've been in the car with me.
Yeah.
I'm a calm driver. This motherfucking madman in front of me in this little Benz Jeep does a fucking erratic U-turn.
What? Who?
This motherfucker does a U-turn and then the nose of his car almost hits the nose of my car. So I had to back out, back. But I'm calm. I'm backing up, and I look, and the motherfucker
Who
kind
was
of gives
this?
me the finger,
I'd
and I'm like, yo, that's Cypher Sounds.
You know, fucking-
gave him the finger?
So I called Cypher. I said, yo, were you in a fucking
You fuck.
Benz? He was like, oh, my bad. You will kill still.
Yo, that
His
parking
eyes are
by
co-
UCB is real.
Yo, you're such an aggressive driver, man.
Nah, man.
I caught you, dude. I caught you. You're not a
Looking
nice
for
guy on
parking?
the road.
Looking for parking. That's
Yo.
it.
I don't trust anybody driving whose eyes are always almost closed. I don't, you know.
Well, his eyes are gonna open up now that he's fucking getting some sleep. He's not gonna look
And some-
so
and some
special.
good checks.
Some so special. Yo, let's wrap this up, Syph, man.
Yo.
Tell. Now that you're jobless, now that you're homeless,
Yeah.
now that they kicked you out of the evil empire, man, where can they find you, man?
At the unemployment line.
Yo, honestly, just
Uber,
follow me.
Uber, you working at Uber?
Yo, Uber.
You gonna be driving that Benz around? And
Listen, I gotta go get a car wash right now. Your car gotta be clean when you do
yes,
Uber.
yes.
Some dude opened my car door just like an hour ago before I got here. Like to get my truck is like a black truck, tinted windows.
Right.
People try to get in my truck.
They
all
think
the
your shit is
time,
all. Yeah,
yo.
that's crazy.
But yeah, at Cypher Sounds, CIPHASOUNDS, Instagram, Twitter, my Facebook, all that stuff, man. Just follow me, and I got all the new stuff. Anywhere, if you come to one of my comedy shows, you will love it. I greatly appreciate it.
When I went, it was packed.
Oh, the UCB Fridays always.
And then my
packed.
wife went one
Yeah.
night and it was packed.
Yeah.
She said you gotta stay packed.
Yeah,
And it was like a shitty Friday too.
that show never. That show I almost never promote that show.
How much is it to get in? Like what's the
$10.
$10.
$10
So
to
people
get
are paying to fill up the house.
Yeah,
That's
$10
crazy.
To
get
laugh.
in.
To laugh.
And you're making a cut off that shit?
No,
You're not making a cut.
no. UCB, you make no money.
Right.
UCB is everything you generate supports other shows at the theater.
The big black chick
Yeah, Natasha.
Funny.
is so fucking
She's
talented.
she's gone.
Where is she?
She's a writer on SNL now.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I remember
Wow.
you were telling me last
She's
year
amazing.
that she should she auditioned for SNL.
Yeah, she was on Wild 'N Out.
Okay.
And she was on a couple other things, and then she got the SNL call.
No,
That's
she's
it.
so funny,
Yeah,
man.
she's incredible.
She's the one that sticks out in the little white guy.
There's
I mean, you
lot
had a
of
couple little white
Yeah.
guys, but one of the little white guys.
Yeah, I
He
don't
looked
know
like
which
he's
one.
been on Saturday Night Live-esque.
Yeah, there's a lot of little white guys that used to be
Look at you, man. Flacco. Look at Flacco.
Hanging out with them white people.
Internets.
trying to get.
Cypher Sound. Flacco.
Look, he's getting his hair. Look at
Yeah.
got the curly.
Take us out of here, Pete. What do we do?
Well, first off, I want to say
This
this.
interview's all over the place.
Yeah, it is. But it was great, and I know that we wish you nothing but the best here.
Thank you.
But real talk, I want to say that I always have liked you always stepping in and out of lanes.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like somebody who, you be in the music business like yourself or the law business, but you want to get out of it.
Yeah.
You may like doing it, but you don't like being involved in the,
I didn't
in
like
the industry.
doing it.
Yeah.
Like I heard somebody say one time they love music, they just hate the music industry.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
So, I like that you've been doing all the other stuff, and there's always roles, man. You're losing weight,
Yeah, I need to hook up with the weight loss.
I got you with the hookup.
What do you mean? You gave him a 10 fucking minute ad in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I did give
If they
them-
don't do,
Well, promo code Combat.
No, that's Bevel. Listen, internets, you know what it is, man. Dream those dreams and man up and live those dreams, because a life without dreams is black and white, and the universe flows in technicolor and surround sound.
Promo code
Blow. Cypher. Don't get gassed.
40 days.
I think I'm gonna retire that.
You have who's gonna play it now?
You can't retire that.
Internet, we need your support. Head on over to iTunes and search for the Combat Jack Show. There's tons of episodes there for you to check and listen to on the road, in your room, wherever you're at. But we need you to subscribe. We need you to comment. We need you to rate. And we need you to tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you, Internet. Don't be a fucky bird. Combat Jack Show.
Hey, yo, internets, you are tuned into the Combat Jack Show, the CombatJackShow.com. As you know, this episode is brought to you by our great friends over at Bevel, the first and only shaving system designed specifically for coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. Use your promo code COMBAT, C-O-M-B-A-T, to get 20% off your first month at getbevel.com. That's GETBEVEL.com. Internets, we got a very, very special episode for you guys today. It's really close to my heart, man. I don't think I've ever had these many Haitians in the booth with us, Pete.
Man, I'm outnumbered in this motherfucker.
Next, Sakapfet, monsieur. Yo, listen, internets. I know y'all hear the buzz. I know you see the tweets. I know you see the subtweets that I be putting out. You don't respect your chin, your jaw. You don't respect your jaw and all of that. Listen, you already know what it is. You see the hashtag. It's with great pride and honor that I introduce to the Combat Jack Show the creators and the artists that are involved with Money and Violence. Welcome to the Combat Jack Show.
Money and Violence is in the building. Welcome to the old Brooklyn.
Yes, sir. I like that you keep saying the old Brooklyn. I like that. And let's get back to that. But introduce to the audience who you guys are.
Go ahead, Mo.
All right. First and foremost, I'm the writer and creator of Money and Violence. I also play Rafe on the show. They call me Motivation. Hello, people.
Ça passe, Moïse.
Muy bon.
There you go.
Yeah,
You don't mind me saying your government name, right?
That's cool. They
Nah,
gonna know
that's cool.
anyway.
They
He
gonna know
public.
anyway.
He a public.
I mean,
figure
at this
now.
point,
Fuck
it's
that.
too late.
And then my man right here.
Yeah, I play Miz. I got my nigga. You call me Ray, but I play Miz and Money and Violence. Shout out to Brooklyn and everybody out there that's doing their thing. I salute y'all.
And we got the plug right here.
Yeah, man, you got Black Man, the Drop Guard, you know what I'm saying? AKA Strike Diamonds, yo. Black Man, and yeah, we here, Money and Violence, yes, sir.
Yo, I mean, it's going to be very hard to get through this episode without giving any spoilers because, Pete and I have really been studying. Like, we've been binging over this past week. When we heard you guys were going to be guests, we spoke to Yanni, and she said, make sure you
Shout
watch.
out to Yanni.
Shout out to Yanni.
Shout out to
Doing a great
Yanni.
job. I see you.
But she said, make sure you watch every episode. You guys are up to episode 24.
Yes,
Part
we're up
one.
to part 2. Right now, we're about to go on part 2. 24 is the season finale. We split it into 2 parts, 1 hour each. We just put out part 1. We're about to do part 2 in 2 weeks.
And we can't even give you no spoil because we don't know what it's gonna be.
Oh, so you guys are writing this on the cuff?
Yes.
On the fly?
Yes. Usually we shoot Saturdays and Sundays. Usually on a Friday night I have nothing, so I'll go to sleep early, wake up 5 in the morning, and by 10 the whole script will be written.
I got to tell you, as of this taping tonight, I am on episode 20, part 1.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, man, my time is very valuable. I got 4 kids. I do this show. I like to consume a lot of entertainment. So there's a lot of shit that I can't put into my bandwidth. But my man Wayno, I got to shout out Wayno 119.
Shout out to Wayno because I know that's who also told Karen Civil to take a look at it. So shout out to you, bro, even though we don't know each other.
Nah, he put it out on Twitter, and I really respect dude. Yeah. And he was like last week, he was like, just Google Money and Violence and thank me later. And then I was like, you know what? And I started watching it, and by episode 4, I was like, yo, I got to have these guys on the show.
Salute to our supporters.
But I gotta tell y'all, man, it's like there's a lot of shit out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit on Netflix.
Yes.
There's a lot of shit on HBO Go.
Yes.
There's a lot of shit on Hulu. There's a lot of shit that I'm trying to catch up on. It's rare that all out of nowhere you motherfuckers blindsided me, and now I'm really trying to catch up on Money and Violence. What's the secret sauce, man?
What's the magic? That's a secret.
Listen, the secret is the fact that you have to understand that when we came up with this project,
Shane is in the building. What up, Shane?
Shooter
What's
Shane.
Shane,
Shane.
man? What up? Grab a chair, guy.
Our main goal was to not be like anything that people have ever saw on the screen, especially the fact that we knew where we were weak. We were weak in production because none of us we've never acted. We've never done film. I've never stepped foot behind the camera. I've never edited. So I felt that, okay, this is where we're weak, so I have to be as strong as possible where I can, and I felt that had to be in dialogue and storyline. We also sat back and we asked ourselves, what makes a classic? What makes a Scarface? What makes a Godfather? And what we came up with was quotes, epic scenes, things that have never really been seen before, and topics that have never been touched on. So what we did was we tried to embody all of that and the realism and authenticity in this show.
You know what? One of the things that I noticed, like the thing about Money and Violence that's great is like it's in your face. You see the shit that's happening. You see niggas popping and this and that, and hustle this and hustle that, and the gunplay. But the subtleties that you see, like the subtle theme of loyalty and brotherhood and friendship and transformation, those are the things that when you look at the Godfathers, when you look at the Casinos, make those classics.
That's really
exactly.
Us, but I tell him, when we do interviews, he can't be giving them tips yet. They ain't cut the check yet. He can't be giving them on how we did it.
But
they gotta wait. I don't care.
I'm not concerned.
Wait, what are you talking about, man?
I don't want him to give.
What are you talking about?
Like he just give up some info. How you guys should be doing it.
They can't, but
I know, but
I can give them the blueprint. If you're not an architect, brother, you cannot build a house.
So this right here is real. This is real right here.
Yeah,
this is a real discussion that y'all are having right now.
Yeah, and this is what people don't realize. Like the same way you watch Money and Violence and he's Miz and I'm Rafe, there is no difference in our relationship.
Right.
We're both two alpha males, you understand? But we can still coexist because of respect. You understand? I don't try to be over him. He doesn't try to be over me. There's times we disagree. And there's times I might say to him, you know what? I don't see where you're coming from, but that's my man, and I trust him. And I know he always has my best interest at heart. So it's like you take the lead.
But the thing is, like, you kind of, Miz, you kind of remind me of Pete. Like, Pete is like the shooter of the show. But I think what you might not be understanding is you're not really giving away any secret of what the show is, because most motherfuckers can't deliver
exactly
anyway.
Don't get me twisted. When I say he giving away
that drink is gonna get you twisted, not me. We drinking tonight.
Listen, we gonna bust it up tonight. But listen, when I don't give away, he be like, yo, quotes, this and that. Nigga, till we get a check, we ain't giving you a secret. Once we buzz a check,
let me
tell
ask
you
you
how
a
to do it. But at the end of the day, to answer your question, you can't duplicate this or do this because it's his vision.
Exactly.
I don't care. He could write the script and tell you to shoot it. It's still not gonna come out how it should have come out if he shot it. So that's still his vision. You can't.
Well, exactly. It's because
I just don't want him to be giving extra tips.
But he can't give it out because they can't do it.
Nah, there's some nigga over there. Nigga with a notepad, like, okay,
but that nigga don't have a crew like
he gonna go study the Godfather and Belly.
It's not just that. Picasso could have gave me a paintbrush and a piece of parchment and told me paint the Mona Lisa. It will never come out the same.
Yo, Mo, you just really said parchment.
Yeah, he deep. That nigga different. He's not your average nigga.
Now let's go back, man.
Play with the mental frame.
Before you did this, man, what were you doing, man?
What was I doing? We have a media company called Cloud9 TV, and we had a TV show that airs on QVC.
And he was kicking knowledge to us in the living room.
But you
like
have to
understand on TV right now.
You have to understand that any and everybody that knows me understands that the Rafe character is me.
Right.
You know, I have people that call me and they're like, yo, I didn't know you was doing film. And I'm like, it's something I just came up with. And they're like, you're cheating. And I'm like, why am I cheating? And they're like, bro, you're not acting. That's you. You know, all the quotes and everything. You know, if there are people that follow me on Instagram and they've been following me for like 2-3 years and they know that's me. Like, that's just how I am. I'm here to better everyone. I believe that we should use our lives as a vehicle to inspire people to keep breathing and to better themselves. You know, so therefore, everything that I say is always a lesson. It's always something to push people, man. That's just how I am.
You were born in Brooklyn, born and raised in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Haitian parents.
Haitian parent. And my mother just died 2 days ago.
My condolences, man.
Man,
Our
rest in
condolences. What were your career goals, though, man, coming up?
My career goals?
Yeah, man. Because, in the Haitian household, c'est docteur, c'est lawyer,
yeah, but
avocat.
I was the black sheep of the family,
Okay.
though. And, I was the dude that strayed more towards the streets. And because of that, like, it was just like, all right, they used to beat me all the time. And it had got to a point where when I got I think I got 17 years old, and I knocked my older brother used to beat my ass, but I knocked him out in the kitchen when I was 17. And from there, it was like a wrap. Like, there's nothing you can tell me. But the crazy thing is, I knocked my brother out. He ran and grabbed a knife, and he tried to come at me. And I was like, by this time.
But did he really try to come at you? Or
listen,
did he try to
no, he tried
back
to,
you down?
He tried to come at me.
Right.
And by this time, I was already in the streets. And I looked at him, and I was like, you know what? You can't come outside no more. But being the way that I was raised,
right.
2 days later, my brother was like, listen, shorty, go to the store and get me a beer. And I did it because this is my older brother.
Right.
And, when I step foot into the home, everything that I am out there in the world, I leave behind me. This is my house. This is my comfort zone. None of that matters in here. And it's funny because, we go through that now, when you come into I always tell people, leave your gangster at the door because it's not welcome in my house. There's only room for love here. You can pick your gangster up at the door and take it back out into the world. I don't believe that when we're amongst each other, especially if we're in a circle, that we need to bring that here because,
one of the things I want you to share, man, is I think out of everybody in this room, we're probably closer in generation. Tell the audience, man, how hard it was coming up in Brooklyn as a Haitian American.
Oh man, listen, I'll just give you a story. When I was in the second grade, there was a Spanish dude. He was Puerto Rican. His name was Eddie. He was my best friend, actually. We used to, when you're in the second grade, you got the long desk where you share two chairs, you share a table or whatever. And I remember the teacher saying one day, I didn't know we had Haitians in the class. So she's like, Moses, your mother came up yesterday. So I'm like, oh really? So Eddie turns around, he goes, you're Haitian? So I'm like, yeah.
What was Eddie?
Eddie was Puerto Rican.
Okay.
After 3 o'clock, Eddie came to me with 2 dudes and tried to jump me.
Your man Eddie?
My man Eddie. And he was swinging at me why you got to be Haitian? That's how bad it was. So it's crazy. I went to war every day. You watch Lord of the Rings. I went to war every day
You swinging the swords every day.
Yeah, bro. But this is the thing. See, I was a stand-up dude. There were dudes that said they were Canadian. There were dudes that tried to say they were from
they
Martinique.
tried to flambe and say,
but me,
I'm a little French and German.
I was like, I'm Haitian, bro.
Right.
And the funny thing was, I was born in Brooklyn. I wasn't really Haitian, but my family
You're Haitian American.
I'm Haitian. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in... Listen, I am what I am.
Right.
You're
100% Haitian.
I could have said I was born in Brooklyn, but you know what? Just the fact that you were trying to tell... I'm Haitian and what? So what we going to do?
See, coming up, man, I never understood that hate, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I am who I am. But I did understand that the niggas that came from the islands that was fly was Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
Well, you see.
Not really.
No, hold up.
Back then, they had the Maximus.
We're talking about the 70s.
They had the Sterlings. They had
that's what I'm saying. Before your time, I'm talking about when Bob Marley was alive.
That's before my time.
Them Jamaican
I was born
niggas.
in 85, but
see, in 85, them Jamaicans already ran.
Yeah, I was born in 85, but when I came out here, see, Rafe is different.
You came in a different era.
Now, what's your story, man? You was born in 85 where? In Haiti, right?
In Haiti. So
when did you come here?
I came here in 94.
So you was 9
years
old.
November 30, 94.
So nigga, you came here with hard shoes.
I was a baby. Yeah, exactly. I came here with hard shoes.
You came with hard shoes and a hat.
With a tie and all that.
Yeah, with the little short pants. You had a suit with short pants.
I couldn't even.
Well, hold on.
I didn't have no. I didn't have no. My mom always kept me fresh. Shout out to my mom. She always kept me fresh.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when I came here, I couldn't even if I wanted to, I couldn't even deny being Haitian because I know no English.
Right.
So I used to get into shit with Jamaican Americans and fight them niggas in school, and I get suspended. I couldn't tell the principal why I did. They'd be like, I started.
English, so
I knew no English.
Express yourself.
Yeah, I knew no English. All I know is that
he banged his head against
kicking me
the wall.
or some dumb shit.
Let me ask you something, man. When you got here, what was your impression?
It's fucking cold.
It's cold, and then but in terms of the dynamics, because in Haiti it's warm. You got freedom.
When I first came here, honestly, like my cousin and them, they born over it. They're American, so they trying to mold me into that. But when I first came here, it was like, damn, my nigga, this cold. These niggas don't understand me. I'm frustrated. Fuck these niggas. I'm fighting. I was in
that was your only result.
I was on money and violence.
Right.
I'm not a nigga. I got no money. I'm getting violence. I'm fighting. I'm kicking niggas.
Kicking niggas with them shoes.
Yeah, they call me nigga. I'm kicking. I'm jumping and kick y'all niggas. I don't care.
Them
Niggas like no kicking. Nigga, fuck you. I'm kicking the shit out you. But we fighting.
But you know what? You're very fortunate, man, because when you got here in the 90s,
it was over.
94.
It wasn't
really over.
It wasn't
really
the tail
over.
end. It was the tail end.
You had Wyclef and the Fugees.
It was the tail end, but
of
it
the Jamaican run.
It was not like it was in the late 80s.
Right.
Like in the late 80s, like
late 80s, you was meat.
I was still calling.
Yes,
I was still being called Haitian body order.
But there's a difference between there's a difference between you getting called HBO and people really wanting to fight you.
Yeah, they
you're
want to
Haitian.
fight.
What's HBO?
They wanted to fight.
Haitian
body order.
Haitian body order.
Yeah, nigga, I done smack a lot of niggas
Is
off
that true? Is that bad smell of a Haitian?
Nah,
one at a time. One at a time.
Nah, it's just I don't know.
I mean, people from a hotter location
Listen, we
might
created
put off
AIDS.
that body odor.
I don't even think that's what.
Nigga,
it
I
was,
smell
man.
better than all these fucking niggas.
I don't even
was
think
just a
that. I
stereotype.
think it was just a stereotype and it was a stigma. That's all it was.
How did y'all meet?
Shit.
We actually met
Through his cousin.
a cousin of mine, and it's funny because, and it goes to show you that time is not a factor. Like I've known him for what, maybe 6 years, you know, and we met through a cousin of mine, and he was actually working for Bad Boy at the time.
I heard you was down with Bad Boy.
Yeah, they didn't cut the check right. I quit.
You was an intern, right?
Yeah, I interned. No, I started a street team. Then I interned. Then I got positioned. Then check wasn't right. But back to how me and Rafe met.
Yeah, and
like, he has his version, but I have my version.
I had a cousin of mine who wanted to do music, and it was like, you know what? All right, let's do it. And he came into the picture, and we were working with the cousin, and he allowed people to manipulate his mind into thinking I was the devil.
Oh, wait,
hold up.
Wait, y'all had a
y'all
had a tie? Y'all had a real life tie?
Yeah,
manipulating y'all?
No, there was a time.
You had a tie.
There was a time. Listen to me. You see how you watch Shane?
Yeah.
And
there was a tie. Yes, there was a tie.
I had a tie. Like
that manipulated his mind
literally, not off movie shit. Literally, I had a tie and his cousin and all that. But when I met him, like I knew about him. But first time I ever saw him, I knew who he was. And I was around his cousins, around my age group. He older than me. He from a different era. I was moving around his cousin. So then we had a fallout. Like, we can't even talk about it because it's real shit. But at the end of the day,
niggas grab their heat like that?
No. When I say real shit, like,
it wasn't nothing crazy.
It's not.
This is the thing.
Like,
we had a fallout, but the fallout wasn't anything. It was more like we drifted apart.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that he had an issue with me. So one time,
and I didn't know who he was.
He's on Twitter, and he puts my daughter's birthday party was yesterday, and there's mad bottles left over. And I was like, damn, my dude, I couldn't get an invite. I said I couldn't get an invite, and he didn't answer.
He said I couldn't get an invite.
No, I said I couldn't get an invite. He didn't answer. When he didn't answer,
why
I mentioned him, and I said, damn, I guess it's me against the world, and everybody hates Tupac.
Now I'm gonna tell you why that answer, because me and his cousin had a relationship, so I was
female cousin.
No, his cousin Mel, and I was loyal to them because I knew them.
So Mel was the Ty dude.
So yeah, but I'm just Yo, Ty is a real character. But
every character in Money and
But
Violence
like
is
I
based
said,
on someone
I was cool with his cousin. I knew his cousin. So when they were like, and he told me that when I first met him, he like, yo, niggas will lie on me just to make me look how it don't look. I didn't get it because I knew his cousin. I was fucking with his cousins. I met him through his cousin.
Right.
So if my niggas tell me something, I'm like, all right, cool.
They vouching for you.
Yeah.
Going on
So
that road.
That's the disadvantage of loyal people.
Till later on, and me and him was on some real situation, and he didn't leave me. It was some real shit where he could have just, you know what?
But y'all got stepped.
I'm out. He could have been like, yo.
We had a crazy situation.
Don't tell us without telling us the facts.
I can't tell you what the
about
we
that.
had a crazy situation.
But we had a crazy
and my cousin
situation.
basically bailed on him, and I was like, I'm not leaving you.
And he stood when he stayed there when he didn't have to. So from there on, he'll tell you if I'm lying. He right here. From there on, my nigga, and I'm like, you know what? I fuck with you. That's it.
Yeah, but it's
Nothing
crazy
else.
because from that point on, I told him, I said, listen, bro, I've been looking for loyalty and trust all my life. You give me loyalty and trust, and I'll give
I'll
you
take you
everything
there.
you've ever wanted.
Yeah, and that was it. We never looked back,
And
my
we
nigga.
never looked back from there.
So Mo, man, as the RZA of this organization, right? As the mastermind of this organization, when did you start seeing the big picture? How did you start seeing the big picture?
I didn't realize I didn't realize my potential, and that's the crazy thing, man. I didn't realize my potential until maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And it's sad. The reason I say it's sad is because I could have been so much further in life if I had.
But everything has a time. And
Everything
a place.
does have a time period, and I think mentally I wasn't prepared.
Right.
You know,
You couldn't have done this before.
I could have done this before because I had this idea a long time ago.
But you didn't, so you couldn't.
I didn't. You know why I didn't? Because the people I had around me, when I said, listen, this only came about because when I had that idea this morning, we lived together. And I went to his room door and I knocked the door. And I'm like, yo, this is how it always happens. You up? Yeah. Open the door. All right. Yo, I got the idea. What's your idea? Yeah, I'm thinking we should do a film.
Right.
And with my cousins, it was film. You always want to do some
Well,
bullshit.
went fair film.
Exactly. But with him, it's, well, you're a pretty good writer.
Right.
Write the first 2 scenes.
How did you know he was a good writer?
Because I wrote 2 books before
Nah,
this.
before I know he was a good writer, I didn't even pay attention to him being a good writer till now. I just believe in my nigga.
Right.
I know he's smart and he's like, I know who he is. So at the end of the day, when he's like, yo, my nigga, we gonna do this, and I may not know anything about it. Both of us may not know anything about it, but I'm like, he's not stupid. So, yo, whatever you want to do, my nigga, let's go. Because we're not doing anything anyway, so let's go.
Let me tell you.
And I read, like, his first book, to answer your question.
What was the first book?
I wrote 2 novels. My
Love
first book was
Changes.
called Love Changes. It's like 519
And that's when I
pages.
first met him.
But what was the book about?
It's about my life.
Okay.
It's actually
kind of like an autobiography.
No, the crazy thing is I changed the title to Love Changes, The Birth of Rafe. And the reason being is because Money and Violence is loosely based on my life.
Right.
Rafe is me, you know, and Love Changes is actually a book about me when I was like 15 to like 17. I grew up on Argyle Road, between Church and Caton.
Right.
And you have to understand that my role models were not doctors. They weren't lawyers. My role models were drug dealers and stick-up kids.
Right.
You get where I'm coming from. So
we're talking about the early 80s?
Yeah, no, we're talking about the late 80s.
Late 80s.
Because I was born in 76, so you're
Right.
thinking by 86 I was 10 years old. You know, and I'm looking out the window. I'm watching people get shot.
Talking about the Puma Boys?
I'm talking about, man, everything that you can think of, from the Shower Posse, the MGP, the Criminal Empire, to, I mean, every and anything you can think of.
That's your
I've
influence.
lived through a lot of eras.
Right.
You get where I'm coming from. So I grew up watching all this, and as much as I can say that, I can't even say that it had a negative effect on me. And the reason being is because it has made me the man that I am. It taught me my principles, you know, and like he'll tell you, like, my principles, bro, nothing goes above my principles.
You talk about how old Brooklyn,
Yes.
shit was hectic. Shit, you would see anything and everything. And I come from that era.
Mm-hmm.
But as much as you saw back then, when you look at New Brooklyn that's real pretty and shit like that,
It's not
you
about-
notice that cats really don't have honor anymore, or not as much honor or loyalty,
But
or they
see-
don't stand by their word.
But this is why our slogan is "Welcome to the Old Brooklyn."
Right.
It's not about the aesthetic of it. It's not about the pretty or the ugly. What it's about is revisiting the old principles and the old morals. You know,
You gotta walk straight.
Yeah, and you know, nowadays it's so much of a facade. Everybody will do whatever it takes to look good in the light, no matter how lame their actions are in the dark. But what we know is that your actions in the dark are actually what defines you. A lot of these people, I don't know how they look themselves in the mirror. I know before I go to sleep at night, with my eyes closed, I have to face myself.
Exactly.
You know, I sleep like a baby. You know, and the reason being is because any and everything that I do, it's my principles first.
So walk us through again, man. Like you got this idea to do a movie, but like, what was the vision? Like, did you just got sparked?
All right, this is the thing. In my past, there's been so many times that I've gone through so many crazy experiences. And
What's your craziest experience? that you could tell, and you don't have to incriminate, allegedly?
Well, all right, my craziest experience. One of my best friends, who's actually tattooed on my forearm, this is my daughter's godfather. He got killed robbing a bank in Atlanta, and they shot him in the neck and in the back.
Cops.
And when he died, he had $350,000 in the bag in his hand. You know, and this is my right hand man. You understand? And I get the call one Wednesday morning, and it's like, hello? And it's like, Will's dead. And I'm like, what Will? And they said, your Will. And it's funny because this is my daughter's godfather. And I remember having a conversation with my daughter when my daughter goes, Daddy, you know how my goddaddy died? And I'm like, you know? And she's like, yeah, Mommy told me. And I'm like, why did she tell you? She goes, do you do things like that?
Mm.
And, you know, and this is a life past.
Right.
Past. And I looked at her and I said, you know, I would never lie to you. I'm not going to tell you yes, and I'm not going to tell you no. But there are things in this life that we can speak on when you get old enough to understand. Because my second book is actually about me robbing a bank, and this is something that I went to jail for, so it's all good. I can talk about it. My second book is called A Man's Burden, and the reason it's called A Man's Burden is because at that time I was a banker for J.P. Morgan Chase, and my fiance, who I'd lived with for 7 years at the time, my daughter was about 2.5 years old. She worked in the margins department at a brokerage house, but with the financial crisis, she lost her job.
Right.
And she couldn't find work. So after about 3 years, our savings depleted, and one morning I woke up and I went to rob a bank.
And you knew the system.
It wasn't about me knowing the system,
Right.
because the truth is I was a bank officer. I could have went to my bank at 2 a.m, opened the safe and everything if I wanted to. I acted on emotion without the benefit of intellect.
You broke bad.
I broke down, exactly, right. Because we were backed up a month on rent. Within 2 days, another month was approaching. Car payment was due the next day. Car insurance was due. And
you got an infant.
And yeah, and the thing is, like, my daughter's mother always used to tell me, she's like, you know what scares me about you? She said, what scares me is if me and you were in a jam, there's not a thing in this world that you wouldn't do. Like, right. You wouldn't give a fuck, you know? And I remember I did like 7 days on Rikers Island. I got bailed out, and I come out, and she's like, how could you do this? And I said, let me tell you something. If me, you, and my daughter ended up homeless in the streets, no one's going to look at you. They're going to look at me right. and ask me, how could I let that happen? Because I'm the man, and it's my burden to carry. But at the beginning of the book, you know, the question is, where do you draw the line between survival and responsibility? Whereas I do have to provide for my family, but I also have to survive, because I can't do anything for them if I'm not here.
Right.
But by the end of the book, because the book spans over a week and a half.
See, that nigga giving you too much info on the book, man. You gotta pay attention, man.
Yeah, but you still gotta read it.
That's something else, guy.
But by the time
Money and Violence right now,
at the end,
we're about to get there. No, this
man.
We got time. We about
at the end of the book. At the end of the book, from the time I get out of Rikers Island, what I realize is where I draw the line between survival and responsibility is self-preservation.
Right.
It is my job to die for my family, but it's not my job to kill myself for them.
Right. So.
Don't be slick, guy. Back to Money and Violence.
Yo,
you got to pay for this. We give you Money and Violence for free.
My man right now is pointing.
Don't play with Miz,
I'm just telling you, man.
No. So
man's burning. They got to wait for that. So Money and Violence.
You wake up with this concept, and you've been quoted as saying, "You're not writing the script. You're recollecting on your life."
Mm-hmm.
So you start putting this thing together. You talk to my man, and you're like, yo, do you want to do this? And how does this thing start coming together, like physically?
It came together simply, you know. I came up with the idea. First and foremost, we four are the four heads of Cloud9 TV.
And the four are
Shane.
What's up, Shane?
Do, which plays Shooter Shane. Ace, who plays Kane.
What's up, Ace?
Ray, who plays Kane. Miz, and me, who plays Ray.
Right.
Now, this was the thing. Like, everything's done strategically. So when we started with this project, it was like, look, there's going to be four main characters. We can do a casting to get actors, but the truth is I do not want the power to put the power in anyone else's hands to stop this project.
So you started a family business, basically.
If we play the four main characters and all we have are other people playing supporting roles. Even if this thing goes a little further and they start catching egos or being prideful, we can kill them off. And the story continues because we are the 4 main characters.
So how do you know Kane and how do you know Shane? Now, I got to call y'all by your character names because I think that's what our audience is going to identify with
that's fine.
the most.
Kane is actually his little cousin.
Okay.
And
I hate that little bastard.
Kane, you don't get no BB guns.
And Shane is his right-hand man. So they were the original owners of our media company, which is Cloud9 TV.
So you guys started Cloud9?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And how did you guys start Cloud9? What's your background, man?
Well, Cloud9 started as an event coordination company. Like, we was throwing parties in Queens, Brooklyn, all over NYC. Then we picked up a TV show on QPTV. My cousin, we had these sweaters that was, to him, it was dope.
Yeah,
and
he was selling Klein not to cut him off, right? Me and him got involved with the situation because that's my little cousin, right? And I saw how hungry and dedicated him and Dua, they was doing sweaters. And them little niggas going hard. We look at it now, we thought that shit was going to make us pop. This shit's ugly now. But they was going hard. So I looked at him like, yo, my nigga, this what they doing, my nigga. Nah, let's step in and see what we could do. And we all 4 got together and we just did what we do.
Now, when y'all heard about this concept of this movie, like, what was your thoughts? Was it like, yeah, let's do it? Or like, oh, shit, this is going to change our lives? Or what was the reaction to this, man?
Let's do it. I don't think none of us second guessed it.
That shit was going to change our life. We thought
we was going to change our life.
We thought Cloud9 TV sweaters was going to change our life.
Y'all thought the fashion line was going to.
Yeah.
And then
this was the third shot, right? Yeah.
What was the first shot?
The first was the music.
What the fuck? We did everything.
No, it was the clothing, then the website, the actual TV show.
Yeah.
Cloud9 TV trying to
we couldn't do it. Not
trying to do models.
We couldn't do the TV show. You know why? Because we need to go to other people like rappers, whatever, to ask them for drops, this and that, and
like, I think
for them, they go with people. Me and him, we are not good with people.
Some tells me you're not good with people.
I hate telling niggas, let me get a drop, and they act stupid and
yo, Miz, you're not good with people,
so
right?
No, I'm not. Especially artists, I'm not good with them
He's
niggas.
obnoxious.
But anyway. It's like for Cloud9, the shirt, the TV show, I was going to front of Hot 97 asking, yo, let me get a drop. And I used to hate that shit because I really don't
You was one of them niggas that swung on Charlamagne?
Nah, it would have been different. It would have been different. I would have slapped the shit out of him. But anyway, it's different. Shout out to Charlamagne. He watched Money and Violence.
He's been giving y'all a lot of props.
See the God, what up?
We men. So we don't like that attitude Hollywood shit. They could deal with it because they're a people person. So when he came with Money and Violence, I'm like, yes, my nigga, yeah, we got something now. We don't need nobody to show their face.
I think
if we drop the ball, we drop the ball, it's because we did. If we don't make it on this, it's because on us. Because we don't need nobody. We just need the 4 of us.
So how did you start expanding this to? Because it's not just 4 y'all. It's a whole world. It's a whole community of casting. How did you cast that?
With every role that was necessary, either I reached out to somebody I knew or I called them the night before, like, yo, listen, I need a chick or I need a crackhead. Yo, y'all got somebody? Yo, let me make a couple of calls and I hit you back, Mo. And then I'll get the text. All right, I got 3 crackheads just in case 2 of them don't show up.
Like real crackheads?
Real shit.
No. People to play.
Oh, I thought they were real crackheads. I was going to say, that's cheaper than Mexicans.
No, people to play. But basically, everybody in the cast is connected. Is someone who's connected to the 4 of us some way, somehow.
So it's really organic.
And that's the thing. And this is what people don't realize. This whole buzz that has been generated has been purely organic, has come about by word of mouth.
But you know, in 2015, regardless what all these major corporations tell you, in 2015, the most valuable buzz is the organic buzz, man. Mm-hmm. You know? So y'all start putting this together. Tell us about the first day of shooting, man. What's your...
Bust my ass.
He damn near broke his ankle because it was snowing. It was icy outside.
He telling you the wrong
I laughed.
I just came from a surgery. Listen to me. I just came from a surgery, right? Where I was in bed like for 6 months. I couldn't move. I was in crutches. So now
how the fuck, man?
Now listen to me. Now
why was you in
He broke his ankle.
Sucker shit.
We were moving.
But anyway,
some
was
sucker
moving.
shit you did or some sucker shit?
No, I never do no sucker shit. I'm real about mine. But anyway.
This nigga's so...
So, like a few months later, listen to me.
Okay.
A few months later, I'm back walking. I'm chilling. So now we gotta go shoot. I walk outside with snow and I bust my ass. I ain't gonna
laughed.
lie to you.
I
I'm like,
laughed.
please don't let me break my ankle again because I'm being bad. And we gotta shoot. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to shoot. I'm like, the devil's a liar. I don't care. I'm going to shoot. So we shot that first day. Then after that, I went to the hospital and checked my shit and I was all right. But you could ask them. I'm just telling you my part.
You know, another element that I see about the show is that you're talking about, particularly with the storyline surrounding
Okay.
Kane, is
You know what I want you to realize?
what?
Understand that Kane's older brother's the same dude that I told you about that got killed in the bank.
Okay, so your older brother really got killed.
No.
No,
Okay.
I didn't
Well,
realize.
I'm
So-
not realizing.
in the movie.
And the story.
See, the show is
the
so
character- the
fucking
stories
real.
of the
It's
picture,
hard to.
The stories.
And y'all don't got no drinks, Shane and Kane. Y'all got.
Nah,
you got-
they don't
I'm
drink.
alright,
don't
We
worry about it.
drink.
Y'all don't drink?
They don't
Okay.
drink. They
'Cause
good.
we've been
See,
drinking.
We level shit over here.
Okay. So anyway, you were saying like his older brother is based on a real character in your life, Mo.
Yeah, basically my dude, William Mays, Williamville, miss him. Like the only dude that I ever cried in my life. Like
Right.
when I did the eulogy at his funeral, and his sister told me like my mother's holding up better than you. Like I've never I don't cry at funerals, but that was like my dude.
So
Like,
did he have a younger brother actually in real life? That
he has two younger brothers. No, the Kane situation came about because, see, this whole story is my life, but to some degree, it's put together differently.
Right.
I have cousins who are like little brothers that I basically raised. And being that I sheltered them so much, they grew up to just not appreciate what I did for them.
Right.
And I used to tell them, like, you know, because they got so much respect in the streets because of me.
they got a pass.
They got a pass.
Right.
Free
And-
pass,
but what happened is they grew
long
up.
pass.
They grew up to think that they were big, and I used to tell them, "You're not big. You're just standing on the shoulders of
You
giants."
just got some big shoes on, right?
Yeah,
Somebody
exact-
else's shoes on.
Exactly. And so when I did the story, it was like I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice.
Right.
I'm gonna let him fend for himself.
So you're kind of changing real life
yes.
through making this thing.
Yeah, and maybe it's mental. Maybe it's my way of making things right in my head. You know.
So you started this thing out as a movie,
Mm-hmm.
and
was
then how
supposed to
did
be
it
a
move?
feature.
How did it turn out to be
It was
like
supposed
this
to be
webisode thing?
It was supposed to be an hour and 45-minute feature.
Right.
First 2 months we shot, we did about 18 minutes. The first episode was what we shot for the first 2 months.
Right.
And I was like, this is taking too long. Like, I'm very impatient.
Right.
And I also know I work well under pressure. So I came to them. I said, listen, I'm thinking we should do a web series. And you know, and they're like, what's a web series? And I'm like, you know, the same way they got Law and Order or whatever, but we do it on the internet. So they're like,
Now, had you seen any other web series, or this is
No.
something that you just
No.
instinctually gravitated
this was just I'm very strategic.
Right.
So I figured, okay, I have no background in film, but what I can do is as we go along, first and foremost, I know when you stay in people's faces and you stay consistent, it becomes a habit. That's the whole idea of radio. How many songs did you hear the first time that you didn't like, but after hearing it 100 times,
So you
love
know
it?
instinctually that you had to release an episode
Every
on
week.
on a timely manner.
Every week. Every week.
That's amazing, man.
Every week. So what happened was I told them, like, let's do this. We'll create a following as we go along. So they're like, okay, so when are we going to release the first episode? I said next week. And they're like, we only have 18 minutes. I'm like, okay, and that'll be the first episode.
Right.
And they're like, what about the next ones? And I was like, we'll do it every 6 days.
So you burnt that bridge behind you.
Yes,
You
exactly.
burnt that bridge
I had-
behind you to start. So,
And it's funny because certain days when we were down to like 48 hours, at first, after a while, they understood. And at first, they were like, yo, you think we're going to do it? And I said, what option do we have?
right.
It
Either
was
we
like-
do it or we don't. And if
Exactly.
we don't, we wasted this time.
No, there was no we don't.
Right.
There was no we don't. We're going to make this happen. And there were times, I swear to you, that show was supposed to air at 8 and it uploaded at 7:50.
Right.
There were times when
So you're disciplined even because we put out our shows for the most part every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But we tell our audience the Combat Jack show is going to drop Tuesday morning. And then I give myself that leeway. Sometimes I might drop that shit at 7. Sometimes I might drop that shit at 11:59.
you know what's funny?
Yeah.
When they said, what day are we going to release it? I don't know if y'all remember. And I was like, we're going to release it on Tuesday. And they said, why not Monday? And I said, because after the weekend, we might be drinking.
Yep.
We might be partying.
Yep.
We're going to need one day. You remember that? We're going to need at least one day. Was I wrong?
Nah, should have said
We made it
Wednesday.
pop on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you dropped the first episode. What was the response? Was it crickets? Was it like
It wasn't crickets.
No, it crashed.
It was. Yeah, but
Crashed.
I don't think the
What happened?
Crash on our first episode? Oh,
No, we
shit.
didn't.
We did crash.
No, we did crash, but
You
the
crashed
response
because of
wasn't.
the traffic, or
response
you-
wasn't great.
right?
The response wasn't great. I think
I-
the first episode
The
we did.
The
We
people that
did.
know us be like, yeah, I fuck with it. But
The first
people ain't know
episode,
us
yeah.
like,
I think people watched it more out of loyalty.
Right. People
Um,
that knew y'all.
Yes,
Yeah.
people that knew us watched it more out of loyalty. But I think although they watched it out of loyalty, they were surprised by how good the storyline
Right.
was. And I think our first episode, we might have had 400 people, 400 hits that night.
That's actually kind of good for the first
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
For the
but
first episode,
we had a pretty big following on Instagram.
Right.
I think we had more than that too, Mo.
Nah.
The very first one.
No. It was
I think it went down the next one.
no. I'm telling you, the first episode, we
400.
had like 400.
and that's decent. Yo, that's decent.
That's
Don't
decent.
don't try to pump it up.
Nah, we ain't know that because
Right.
we like,
Well, we don't
And
know what
now-
was good or bad.
and now,
You guys are
We're doing
averaging
like-
like between 50 and 60,000 an episode.
no, you
forget
know,
that.
You don't know what's a funny
Now
part?
we're at like 2.5 million.
Each
total
episode?
views. No, 2.5 million views total.
Total, right.
From 1 to
Altogether.
23.
Right, right, right.
What's funny about it, when we first started, he be like, damn, we need them viewers,
Yes.
like 50, 100. I'm like,
That
yo,
was
chill,
my
let's just do
thing.
our work. We used to look at each other like, pay him no mind. We gonna work.
So let me ask
And
you
then start going up.
let me ask you something, man. When you decide to do something like this, and you didn't have a film background,
No.
so how did you learn to master this craft? Because I look at this thing right now, and okay, honestly, the acting is not great.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But what
None
We
of
ain't
us,
no
none of
actors.
us are
We
actors.
ain't no
so what
actors.
compensates for the acting is the writing, is the shooting, is the choreography, even like
Choreography. It's funny you
even
say
like the
that.
gun choreography.
It's funny you say that
Right.
because
There is no-
we were shooting an action scene
Right.
the other day, and a friend of mine was like, "Yo, bro, you don't realize how talented you are." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Do you know how many people have to be on a set to do what you do on your own?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Bro, they have to bring in specialists to do this gun choreography, to do these action scenes, to tell them where to step, to tell them how to make it look real. And you do this like it's nothing."
because you're
I've been there
recollecting.
because I've been there.
You've seen some real shit.
It's not I've seen. I've been there.
Right.
I've been in these situations. Like they'll tell you, like we'll shoot these scenes 100 times, and it's like sometimes we'll get in an argument, and I'm like, no, that's not what you would do.
Right, right.
Like no.
And you're locked into like the authenticity of this thing. Like
Yes.
I've heard you say that. You know, when you hear money and violence, people are expecting like motherfuckers jumping on top of cars and
they're
with
expecting
the
bullshit.
But what one thing I notice about it says money and violence, but it's not gratuitous
No.
violence.
Because you know why? Because the people that I know who have really lived this life take no pride in it. We did it because we had to.
And also in real life, a lot of motherfuckers are bad shots. Like
It's-
motherfuckers are not getting
it's
hit.
not- it's
a
not-
lot of gunplay is
it's
going
not,
on,
but-
but niggas is not going down.
But it's not even that, man. It's more than that. It's
Right.
more than that. It's just like you said, gratuitous violence. You know, I'm not trying to sell this dream to these kids. Like, yo, I'm not trying to sell the joy of the life. I'm trying to show you the pain.
Right.
bro.
He's not trying to be a part of the problem.
I'm not trying to be a part of the problem. I really want to show you the pain. I want to show you the fact that if I could stop doing this tomorrow, I would.
right.
I would. Like,
He's not glorifying.
yeah, like they show you, oh, be a drug dealer. It's great. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah, you've really shown like this is a grind.
Yeah,
This is almost
like-
like a job. Like even with Kane and Shane trying to incorporate their lives
And if you notice,
into this whole thing, it's a
Shane,
process.
Kane is drawn towards it
Right.
because he hasn't lived it.
And also because he got Mr. talking about how he don't respect his jaw, and he got his baby's mom like extorting him. Like, how do you play a motherfucker that has such a weak spine? So
I don't
far,
think
man?
he has a
It's
weak
not
spine.
weak.
But no. Okay, yeah, I understand standing up for your family, wanting to do all of this for your daughter, but like carrying Mister on your back after
know-
he stole
you
your
know-
money
you know
to
what-
buy him
Now let me ask you a
six-pack.
question.
Yeah,
Now let me ask you a question.
yeah. And I don't want to give no spoilers.
It's not spoilers.
Internet, y'all gotta watch this show.
It's just that everybody's so
judgmental
on to
what I would do.
No, being real.
Right.
Too real.
Now let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What makes you real?
What is the purpose of standing up to Mister when he's gonna bust my ass anyway?
The purpose, I would say, of standing up to Mister is to prevent him taking money out of my pocket.
But he's gonna bust my ass and take it anyway.
Unless I do something.
Okay, even if you try, he's gonna overpower me and
bust
my ass
Mr. is Diesel.
and take it anyway. So the truth is, Kane is smart.
Right.
So
you're really like, go ahead, man. You're negotiating this whole situation.
I mean, so I'm just trying to live. I'm here to live another day.
Right.
I'm trying to make it another day. Some battles you walk away from. You don't got to take every battle.
He's a rabbit in the pit of wolves, and you know what that rabbit
and
is
the rabbit
do?
can't
He's
become
gonna
a
go
wolf.
cower in the corner,
right,
until he's gonna play dead,
right.
And when they think he's dead, then he's gonna run away and scour over into a hole. And the reason being is this is how I'm gonna survive today until I become strong enough to deal with them.
Yo, Shane, man, why can't you understand how much of a snake your man Ty is, man? I heard you explain it before, but like from the outside looking in, it's like, yo, you continue to let this nigga play you.
Yeah, from the outside looking in, you also see both sides.
Right. No, I don't see both sides.
That's a good
But
answer.
I don't see both sides.
Yes, you actually see what he do when I'm not around.
You're not.
But he's still a grimy nigga.
But you're not seeing it from inside of his head.
Right.
You're seeing it from the outside looking.
So I like how you explained it earlier in another interview. Explain what's going on in your head. Why this guy, this grimy dude, you can't see his griminess.
Once again, I could just put you in my shoes. Let's say you and him are best friends. Right?
Me and Pete.
Well, you and Pete are right-hand man.
Right.
And I come to you telling you Pete is a greaseball.
Right.
Oh. You and Pete been friends for years.
I'm gonna be like, who the fuck are you talking about, Pete?
Exactly, but Pete
which has happened in real life.
But Pete been greaseballing you this whole time, but you're not gonna listen to that, and you're not gonna believe it because you wouldn't do that to him.
So once again, the levels of loyalty, like all of y'all, like
exactly.
like Miz is so Miz. Why are you so loyal to Shane?
That's what all I know.
Because Shane was your man from the beginning.
I'm gonna be loyal.
Right.
Why is Ray so loyal to Kane?
There's no explaining it. That's what you know. That's what's right to do.
And like I said before, because you heard it, loyalty is something that's missing today, and that's the main thing that we're trying to show you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but even when you say,
and we're trying to show that I don't have to be like you to respect you.
Right.
True story. But even when you say like, why is Ray so loyal to Kane? Isn't because of Kane's brother?
It's not necessarily because of Kane's brother. To some degree, it's just first and foremost, when I grew up in the hood, I had a tendency to want to protect the weak for some reason. I don't even know why. And it was just because they needed to be protected. You know, okay, so he grows up and for some reason he's a coward. Does that mean that he has to be picked on?
But you just said he's not being a coward. He's being smart.
No, he is being smart. But what I'm saying is in the eyes of others, they see him as a coward. Okay. They see him as a coward. So just because of the way he is, does that mean that's what that merits? You know, sometimes you have to, this is my thing. As long as you are true with who you are, I can respect you for it. And when Kane comes to me and goes, Mr. always has his foot on my neck, he's not telling me, yo, when I see Mr., I'm gonna bust his ass. Then when he sees him, it's something totally different. He's keeping it 100 with me. And
this is like the sun comes up and Mr. is looking for my jaw.
Yeah, like so to some degree, you know, it's like, okay, I feel sorry for him, but I'm not gonna hurt him more than I can help him. He needs
and hurting him is standing up for
standing
him.
Up for
right. Listen, let's go to a break, but before we do that, you're Black. Yo, how you so connected, man? Is Black based on a real person?
Yeah, Black is based on a couple of people.
Like you got all the licks lined up. You got the armored trucks.
Yeah.
You got the pawn shops. You got like everything lined up. Is that based on, like you said, it's based on several people, but
I mean, it's based on several people.
Like in the life that you've seen before.
The jobs aren't really based on real jobs. Like
right.
It's just It's based on things. I might have seen shit like that on the news or whatever, and it was like, yo, let's throw this in there.
Black is just well connected. He's a well connected
Yeah,
individual.
he's well. You have those people in the hood that know
Everything.
everybody.
And your man, like
Real
you said
too.
before, pops up like a ninja.
Yeah.
Like whenever y'all need that money,
I got something nice.
Whenever Miz is like, yo, I need that money. What the fuck we gonna do? Your man pops up like, yo, I know somebody that's selling these cars.
But you know somebody like that. It's like somebody who always got
I
technology.
used to know somebody like that, but right now it's like, yo, I don't.
But they on every hood though.
Yeah, they in every.
Most
hood.
definitely.
That's. I mean, he's that dude. Like you got dudes who do the plastic credit card thing. You got dudes that hustle.
Insurance.
And the same way that you got dudes that fish for connects all day. He's the dude that fishes for the drop on information all day. And if you look enough, you will find.
Yo, one more question before we go to a break, and I don't want to give a spoiler away, but why didn't y'all film the scene where Homeboy jumped off the balcony?
Because that's my older brother.
Right. The guy that
And-
plays that role is
Yeah,
your older.
that's my older brother.
Okay. So the guy in
And
the bed is your brother.
Wait, what's up, Boudou? That's his
Voodoo,
name.
Sakpase Voodoo.
Voodoo.
Hey,
he-
don't go Voodoo because that's racist.
Am I being racist?
His name is
I'm
Voodoo.
sorry. Too many Haitians here for me to fuck
you
around.
gotta live with that.
He was sick that day.
Okay.
He was sick that day. We were actually supposed to shoot it, remember? But he was sick. He had a stomach virus. He was throwing up, and we couldn't shoot it. So
Postponed it.
yeah,
Like-
I wanted
No,
to
it
shoot
got
it so
postponed,
bad.
But is he
Still
like a
sick.
stunt man? Can he? Were y'all actually gonna have somebody
we-
jumping off a fucking?
Listen, we make people die without them actually being there. So
Right.
I find a way to make it happen. I would have made it happen. Trust me. And a lot of those scenes, like the murder scenes, are done on the fly. I'll get to the block and it's like, okay, wait, do. Yo, boom, you stand there. Camera, take this shot. Okay, boom. You're gonna do this. All right, you're gonna walk down here. Boom, 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 and it all comes. Like it just comes to me.
Right. Who are your favorite directors, man? You have any favorite directors?
It's funny you say this. I swear to you, before this project, I was like, what is the purpose of a fucking director? I never understood.
So
it.
how did you learn this shit, man?
Hennessy and YouTube.
Hennessy and
No.
YouTube.
Oh,
What did you directing? What did you tell me the other day
I don't know. I
when we
told
were on
you
the phone?
every-
But
How did you learn this shit?
I don't know.
What program do you use?
I used Adobe Premiere Pro CS6.
And so-
I learned that through YouTube tutorials.
Okay, so you watched a YouTube tutorial and you felt confident enough to do.
It wasn't even I felt confident enough. It was just like they'll tell you I'm just bugged, man. Like
Once you know
listen,
something,
I'll
you know
wake up one morning and be like, yo, I think I'm gonna take over Russia tomorrow. What y'all doing? Let's catch a plane. I'm gonna go over there. No, I'm serious. Like I'm bugged out like that. And
for cheaper, you
Did
can go
you
to
ever
Brighton
really want
Beach.
to take over Russia?
I'll take over the world, bro. That's the plan in the end. But
Yo, Miz, you still with us, man?
hell yeah, he's with me.
You with us?
Miss one of those guys who falls asleep standing up.
Nah, I'm good. I'm
That's
He's
me.
here.
That's me. But yeah, like so when this happened, it was just let's go. Like, but the directing thing, like, I never knew what a director did, and after doing this project, I have so much respect for directors.
Right.
And the reason being is because people watch these scenes and they're like, "Oh my God, this scene was so great." But what they don't understand is I had to sit there, like I had to make them understand. Stop trying to remember lines and try to understand the situation.
Right.
Once you understand the situation, you'll be able to evoke the emotion.
Which, like I said before, none of y'all are actors, and that comes out. But what does come out, even in the bad acting, is the authenticity of the scenes. Yo, let's go to a break. Listen, internet, you tune into the Combat Jack Show, the Combat Jack Show.
Follow on
.com.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Cloud9TV_.
There you go.
Shit, be right back.
Be
We're
right back.
going to
Yes, sir.
going to corner store to get a scratcher off with Kane.
Internets, this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace recently launched the latest version of their platform, Squarespace 7, which has a completely redesigned interface, integrations with Getty Images and Google Apps, 15 new templates, and an incredible feature called Cover Pages. Try the new Squarespace at squarespace.com/combat and enter offer code COMBAT at checkout to get 10% off. Building a website used to take a long time. You had to set it up all by yourself manually and spend all day troubleshooting. If you ever had to edit the site, it was pretty easy to break links or even the whole site. Sometimes even just changing the font color would be a headache. Now we have Squarespace to make building beautiful websites without a sweat. If you're new to Squarespace, check it out. If you've been hearing about Squarespace for a long time, well, now there's more with Squarespace 7. Start with a trial and with no credit card required, and start building your website today. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, go to squarespace.com/combat to get 10% off your first purchase and to show your support for our podcast. That's promo code COMBAT, COMBAT. Internet, you tune into the Combat Jack Show, the CombatJackShow.com. We got the cast and the creators of Money and Violence.
Them young boys be wildin'.
Them young boys be wildin'. All this money and violence. Yo, was this your goal to put out this Haitian American soap opera kind of drama?
My goal was to show the world that we are not the bad guy.
Right. So it wasn't about Haitians and Haitian pride.
No.
It was like about, it's coincidental that a majority of the primary characters are Haitian.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, Money and Violence is a project that's close to my heart.
Right.
I'm Haitian.
Right.
You understand? And it's a project about Flatbush, Brooklyn. And Flatbush, a large majority of the population is Haitian. So therefore, I couldn't have a realistic depiction of Flatbush without Haitians.
Right. Yo, I love this whole, and I didn't see the whole series yet. Like I said, I'm on episode 20. But I love this whole simmering beef, this war between the Haitians and the Jamaicans. Like, I love that shit, man.
But you know, back then that was real.
Talking to the mic, sir.
Like back then that was real. I remember fighting Jamaicans when I was in school.
But
I don't think it's Haitians versus Jamaicans.
Hold on. It's not Haitian. No, it's not Haitian versus Jamaican. But when you watch the show, it's like, oh shit, because people are like, yeah, I remember doing that. But that wasn't the idea. That's not what we was aiming for. It just so happened.
I think
everything played out like that.
Yeah, and for the people that haven't seen the show yet, it's not about Haitian Jamaican war, but it's about circumstances that lead to a faction of Jamaicans.
And it's crazy because it's all behind the misunderstanding
for Haitians. But still, just like the whole, like one of my favorite scenes that continue to pop up is the Jamaican scenes.
Which one? BR?
Which one?
Just all of them.
Observe?
BR.
Just all of them. When they
BR.
when they all talking, because they talking, and why they got so much philosophy in the Jamaican scene?
You know why?
Yeah.
Because they're Rastafarians, and if you know Rastafarians, they're very spiritual.
Right.
I mean,
but every scene, it's like even when you we're going to gun them down, but no, we're going to paint the scene red.
And it's funny, and it's funny because that's like saying, why is Rafe always spitting jewels?
Right.
If you know me, every conversation we have
is a jewel.
You're gonna learn something. Right. Like it.
And when you sitting down with real Rastas, you're gonna get some enlightenment. But even in the gun talk, it's fucking philosophy, B.
Jewels.
It's jewels, man.
Jewels. Because I believe that's how we should live. Each one teach one until the student becomes the teacher.
So let me ask you, man, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard in this one? Like y'all, like other than Shane not carrying his gun, you know what I'm saying, Miz is always ready. You know what I'm saying? Like your team is always ready. Why is it so hard for the Jamaicans to get their shit together in this series, man?
You know why? Because they're overconfident. You know,
and this is from
the general
right.
told Fresh that reality lies in what is and not in your vision of what you think is to be. A lot of us take reality as what we think is to be. We may feel that we're the roughest, toughest, and because of that, the world can't touch us, but that is not what is. That is what is we think is to be.
So the false confidence.
It's the
false, being overconfident.
And if you notice, that is the whole friction between the general and BR, is that BR is caught up in what is in his mind,
right.
as he is the ultimate shooter. And the general is in, we need to observe Miz because he is dangerous.
Nah, man, you can't come out guns blazing.
Niggas came from the yard trying to get Miz.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
okay, what you saying, Miz?
Them niggas, man, they lost. Miz gonna kill all of them.
Like, Miz, are you enjoying this, man? Like the whole.
At first, I did. I'm not gonna lie to you. At first, I did. Then that shit became work, and I'm like, I need a break.
You need a break right now, though.
Yeah, I need a break.
How does it feel, though, man? All this work you're doing,
it ain't kick in.
Right.
It haven't kicked in yet, it's just like we still pushing. I'm still down, my nigga. I'm still trying to come up, so it ain't kick in.
But you see what's happening right now. Like I think over the past couple of weeks, man, this thing is buzzing. Like just from somebody that studies phenomena, somebody that studies.
It's like a cancer. That shit's spreading.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even say more like a cancer.
Quiet storm. Yeah, better word. Quiet storm.
It's a good thing.
But what I'm seeing right now, even
cancer
this past
kills.
week,
So you're saying
it's
like
like
a snowball
it's a quiet storm. It's a quiet
And
storm.
that's a better analogy because that's what I use.
it's like you see one cat. Like I said, like my man Wayno said something, and then me, it activated me and Karen Civil.
I have a story
to move, and then you see Charlemagne saying something, and then you see Fader say, and it hasn't hit. It's still like it has. It's like
building.
It's like before the pimple pops. That shit is still underneath the skin.
Yeah, that's why I call it a quiet
why
storm.
This shit is so exciting.
It's a quiet storm.
This is my biggest thing was
right.
I wake up Friday morning. I get an email. You have an app mentioned on Twitter, so I look. Okay, I go to Twitter. Michael Rappaport.
Right.
You know, the actor.
Yes.
And I'm a fan. You know, camera emoji, high five. So I'm like, get out of here. This isn't Michael Rappaport. And I go to his profile, and it's like 60,000 followers. And I'm like, this ain't Michael Rappaport. I could care less about this, whatever. So then a friend of mine hits me a couple hours later. He's like, yo, I got tickets to the fight at the Garden. Fab's performing. Come through with me. You need to get your face out there.
Right.
Shout out to Styles, my manager, whatever. My manager now, whatever. And I go. And I go. We pick up our tickets from Will Call, and I'm walking down the aisle, and all I hear is, "Oh my God, it's you!" So I turn around, and it's Michael Rappaport.
Right. And that's surreal to you, right?
Yes, it's fucking crazy. Right. So he goes, "I fucking love the show, man. You guys, I love what you're doing."
I was laughing.
Yo, and he's fucking.
I was laughing.
You're laughing in his face.
Yeah,
like,
because I'm like,
stop playing this nigga's corny or what?
And you know what's crazy?
You know,
no, wait,
laughing.
why are you laughing, man?
You know, I was laughing because I was watching him in Prison Break. And I'm like, oh shit, this nigga here, and he signed. No funny shit, but he sounded like a black guy. Like, oh shit, I fuck with this. He signed one of them niggas from the block. You're like, oh my God, it's you. I fuck with this. Oh my God. I'm like, oh shit.
But he also knows nothing impresses me.
Right.
You understand?
Until that check is cleared.
Money
that still ain't gonna impress him.
That doesn't impress me at all.
So if nothing impresses you, man, why do you do this, man?
I do this because this is my effort at changing the world.
Okay. Now what's gonna happen, man? Like, cause I definitely to me the most natural progression for y'all to go is from like YouTube to like pulling that shit down, getting that big check, and going to Netflix, right? Like that's in a perfect world. I can see that happening. Y'all definitely getting money
if the deal is right.
Right. If the deal is right. But what if somebody comes up now and says, this is great. We just want to polish it for a wider audience.
It's not happening.
We're gonna get
Guess
Nick.
what?
We're gonna get Nick Cannon. Get
It'll
rid of this Miz guy
second
because he
season
does
of
bad.
I'll slap him.
He
I'll
fucks
slap
up
him.
the interviews.
I'll slap him on set.
We
Like,
need
nigga, what
Nick
you mean get rid
Cannon.
of me? Boom.
You're not gonna have Nick Cannon be the shooter.
No, second season will be on.
You know, you got
second season
Nick Cannon?
will be on YouTube.
Hold on,
Wait, hold on.
I would hear.
No, OJ Kasai, can you really see Nick Cannon playing a Miz?
I mean, dude,
No, OJ
Nick
Kasai.
Cannon's about to play Tupac.
No, that's industry shit.
that's what I'm saying. Though.
Like, can you see
but you
Nick Cannon
guys are
playing
in
Miz?
the industry right now.
No, we're not.
But
We'll
own
never be in the
industry.
industry.
No, but I'm telling you.
We'll never be in the
You
industry.
didn't answer that question. You didn't answer that question.
Let me say this. You are in the industry because you're creating.
We're around industry people now.
Okay,
we'll never be in the industry.
Let me clarify. I'm not saying y'all will be industry, but when you create film and put it in distribution and people are watching it, I'm watching it as a consumer. You're in the industry.
No,
you understand what I'm saying?
No, I'm going to tell you why
Right.
we'll never be in the industry. Because people comment on our Instagram posts and they comment on our Facebook fan page and they're like, damn, we love you. And the reason we do is because you guys reply to us. You guys reply to the DMs. You guys reply to the comments. And that's because that's who we are. And that's not going to change. And I know
that's
you're
still-
thinking,
that's still
you're
kind of-
thinking that that's at this point when
Right.
it's...
No, but I still respond to everybody.
We understand
on
what you're
Facebook
saying.
and Instagram.
Yeah, but you
at
can't
this
get
moment
to-
right now, if you're looking at it, it's like, ah, shit.
This is
If
a
you look
very
at-
this is
if
a
you look
very
at Instagram, even his convo with Michael, whatever his name is,
Rappaport.
that's like that's not regular.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
but even
disrespect,
think about
I
it this
don't
way,
know
Ralph.
what's
Think
going
about it this way. When you say that you'll never be that way because of saying answering people back on Instagram.
It's more than that.
Exactly, but the point I'm trying to make too is like is is as you get bigger, people,
I understand.
fans of the show,
You're right.
should
It gets
appreciate
better.
you
It gets
to
better.
grow. You know what I mean?
It becomes harder, but what I'm saying is that we're always gonna remain us. I'll be honest with you. I'll do another season on YouTube
Right.
before I compromise the essence of this show. Like I can give two shits because the truth is this has gone farther than I ever imagined. And
This is really gone farther. And what's crazy is I don't even think y'all imagine
we
how
don't
much
even,
how
what
much
everybody say.
further.
we don't realize.
what
I
everybody
see it.
say.
Like
we
I
do
see
not
it.
realize
Everybody
where
say
it is
that. They're
right
like, yo,
now.
these guys are so humble.
Yeah.
They don't know what they have. And we looking at them like, huh?
And
Like, what is he talking
No,
about?
like in
We
two
still
like in 2 weeks, this shit is gonna be 10 more miles further than where we
God
are right
willing.
now.
We want
God
that.
willing.
No,
God
it's
willing.
We
trust
want-
me.
God willing, that's what we
I'm
want.
hearing the conversations, and not saying, and I don't doubt y'all, man. But every circumstance changes people. It does change people. It does.
Jack, we're not those
After
people.
a while.
Jack,
I understand. No.
Listen to me. Nobody knows me better than these
Yo,
people.
watch when Black pulls up in that
Jack.
purple Ferrari
Jack.
Oh, no. It's still.
with
Jack.
the white girl.
Jack,
He gonna
Jack.
put up in a Ferrari and go
Listen
get a
to me.
beef patty and cocoa
Wait,
bread.
wait,
He's like, yo,
wait.
I need gluten free.
Jack,
Nah,
Jack,
what's
Jack,
that
wait,
about,
wait.
Get back in line.
There are 4 people behind the mics right,
Right,
here,
right.
and I'm gonna go from 1 to 1 to 1. And I asked it all. Y'all all be honest.
Mm-hmm.
No one knows me better than these people in this room. Do you think money's gonna change me?
Nah, hell no.
Do you think money's gonna change me?
He's been like that. He's gonna be the type of guy you see when you need to see him. Then he'll fade to the background and come back. He'll be like Eminem to me. You know how you see Eminem when his shit dropping, you see him like everybody go crazy. Then after that, you don't see him, but he's still that person.
Yo, Miz, you might change, B.
Yeah.
No, the only thing
Miz, you might
I'm
change.
not gonna
B.
change. Nah,
No, he won't.
I'm not gonna change.
He can't
Mr.
change.
have a leather-
He can't
leather
change
vest.
because I'm gonna get in his ass.
I'm
You
not
wear a
gonna
leather
change.
vest with
You
no
know
shirt
I'm not
on?
gonna change because nobody ever thought about me being shit. So
Right.
No, but
I'm not
real
gonna change now.
talk. Real talk, Ralph, and I mean this for you. too.
Rafe.
Rafe. What I mean is, hey, listen, you know, sometimes Italians pronounce things like the Haitians.
Forget about it.
Rafe.
My God.
When I look at this show, I say to myself, when you say like you won't compromise, you won't change, and I'm not saying money to change you, but in order for like even people from the hood, people that grew up through struggles and see that y'all came together and made a series, the idea is for you to win. The idea is for you to get the fuck up out of the hood. The idea is for you to fucking be in a helicopter.
To pay that
the
one
idea
payment
is for
to-
you.
It's not, but that's not the idea.
The idea
That's
is
not the
not for me
idea.
in the helicopter.
But-
I don't go fuck.
The
That's
idea
my
is
idea,
not
nigga.
for
But
me in
why
the
not?
helicopter.
That's
Because
my
you know
idea. I
why?
ain't gonna lie
Because
to you.
guess what? If to be in a helicopter, I have to lead my people to hell, then fuck
We'll
you
never leave our
and your
people.
No,
helicopter.
but
we'll
what
never
I'm
leave
saying,
our
you'll
people.
never leave your people. The hell you take them with you.
No.
Like you and
Everybody
Paris-
can't fit in the
no way
helicopter.
possible.
Well, then they gotta fucking
Every-
take a cab.
No,
Okay,
listen
let
to
me give you a
In the
scenario.
air?
Listen to me. No,
Let me
hold
give
up.
you a scenario.
Hold up, I got you.
Right.
I know where you're going. Like, with changes, we'll never change our moral, our principle. We'll
No.
always- hold on, can I speak, guys?
No, exactly. I'm
We
agreeing.
We always gonna be us, but I understand with success, it changes. It's
'Cause
not
it changes
of us.
people
Hold on,
around
hold
you,
on.
too.
That's what I'm about to
Hold
say.
on.
It's not gonna
It doesn't
change you.
change you. It
gonna
changes
change
the people that's
people
around
around
you.
you.
Because
But
they
it's
look
true.
at you like this.
Okay, so-
Hold on. They look at you like this. If I was him and I was in this position, I'll be doing this and thinking that. When you really humble, you down to earth, you still the same person. It's not you that change. It's the niggas around you. They start their insecurity getting away and they feel different.
So
now
you don't see yourself taking a helicopter.
I'm taking that shit.
Listen.
Or being
Wait,
asked to
wait,
be
wait,
a director.
I'm having a day from the
This is
helicopter to
thing.
private jet.
Wait,
nigga.
let me finish. Let me finish. This is the thing.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about that helicopter.
Okay.
And anyone who has encountered me will tell you. Look, I've been dealing with so many people nowadays, and they come. Look, I told them the other day. I said, "Damn, my nigga, I feel like a bad bitch. Everybody wants to fuck because
not
everyone
lying.
Call him a
wants to-
prostitute.
Pause,
because
right?
you know what? I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
I
We
feel like-
stupid.
He
We
feel like a
pause.
prostitute.
I feel like
I call
a
him a
prostitute.
prostitute.
Right.
And the reason being is because everyone wants to take me to expensive dinners and they want to show me pretty cars. I don't care about
He
all
sound
that.
like
No,
a
I know
broad.
you're not the person I care, but honestly, if you like,
He sound
to
like a
me,
female.
you have been like since I met you, you're super smart, you're creative, you impressed the shit out of me. I didn't even know like you drop jewels. In my head, and that's nothing against you guys, because you guys have all played a part.
We don't care about that.
No, I'm not saying
that's
that. but
Rafe. That's
this
his
is
role. We
real
don't care
talk.
about that.
This is real talk. If Martin Scorsese, came out and said, "Yo, this kid's work is dope. Yo, I want to bring you on as a director," that's not some of the options. That's not the goal. You wouldn't want to like. I would want someone to look at you, a young
Listen to
kid,
me.
and say like, "Yo, this kid took this shit.
I understand.
And now
Ran
he's
with
a
it.
director.
Ran
Keep
with
the
it.
show
Yeah.
the same way it is,
Yeah.
but bring the DiCaprio on as a cop.
The purpose of this is not my self-gain. I did this as a way to trick these kids into learning. They respect the gangster lifestyle. So you know what? Let me use the gangster aspect of my life to show them that the way that they're living is wrong.
There could be a better
So
way.
the truth is that if I negate that to the next step, then what the fuck did I do it for?
Right.
True. Facts.
They'll listen to him
Yo,
more.
we
Facts.
respect it.
He'll get a word.
I hear what you're saying, but at,
We
the,
I
respect
hear
it.
you.
at the same time, I feel like you could really
Listen,
inspire more
I-
people than you could ever imagine.
How could I inspire more people than I could ever
You-
imagine?
you already
when
have.
my whole essence has been fucking changed. Like,
I
I understand. I got the bigger platform, but I'm no longer allowed to do what it is that I want.
I'm not
to
talking about
do.
all that. It would have to be under the circumstances that you
No,
agreed
if
on.
I have creative control, then fine. And I'm not asking for 100% creative control, but I need whatever that I do to be more than fucking entertainment. I don't do entertainment. I do enlightenment. I don't do entertainment. I'm not here. I'm not a fucking clown. I'm not here to dance around and to make you smile. I'm here to make you think. And if I can't make you think, then I didn't serve my purpose.
Period.
That's all I'm saying.
It gets realer.
How'd you get around the permits, man? The whole permit issue, man.
Permits.
You don't need a permit.
You only need a permit if you have a tripod,
Tripod.
3 legs on the ground.
If there's no legs, you don't need a permit.
Handheld camera. It's like having your
phone.
camera phone. Same
And
shit.
how do you shoot these scenes, man, with these guns? And
They're- number
not,
one,
and they're props,
they're
but
replicas.
Black men have had
You know
phones
what?
in their hands.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah, I know.
but see,
But the
back,
police don't
back
fuck with
to,
us.
back to,
Why not?
back
I
to.
wanna
I was about to tell you, back
Yeah.
to repetition. When you have the fact, if you notice, we're on the same block every week, and the reason being is because after the first week, the second week, the third week, you have the same beat cops that walk around, and when 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning comes, and we're shooting. And it's like, excuse me, officer. Oh no, we know those guys. They're out here every week.
So you worked with this whole community, and the community really.
You don't know what's funny?
Well,
you don't
not
know what's funny?
everyone.
Hold on, Mo. You know what's funny? We had old miserable bastards give us more hard time than
Than
the
the
police
cops.
What you
ever
mean,
did.
like the neighbors?
We've
Like
had the
the
neighbors.
the miserable
give us more
nigga
of
that's
a hard
tired of his
time.
9 to 5. They be like, you guys in front of the building.
Yeah.
It be regular people.
Give
If
us
it- yo,
more of a
no,
hard
real
time
shit.
than the
No, I'm
cops.
gonna really say how I feel.
And you know what? All respect to the
I
7-0
see-
precinct because
I
they let us.
I
They
have
let us
seen
do us.
people like people you think that'll give us a hard time, whether it's the cop or white person.
White people never give
and
us
they be
a
like,
hard
"Hey
time.
guys, what you doing?"
They're like,
They actually
wow.
have-
fucking
they wanna
retarded niggas. Like,
Take my
what y'all
car.
doing here? Yeah, you got a permit.
permission. You got,
Our own people, my
Right,
nigga.
right,
We
right.
doing something positive on your own block. But you know, miserable people, man. I don't like
you
them,
know
but-
what's crazy? By you doing that and getting the okay in the past because they know what you're doing, you can find some crazy like fucking junk box like take advantage of that shit. I can see that shit happen, like motherfucker walking around trying to rob the corner. So yeah, we part money and violence. Next thing you know, fucking cap a motherfucker.
what do y'all think? Going on that, what do y'all think about people thinking that you are influencing kids to live by that money and violence?
you don't get it. You don't
No,
get it.
I'm not saying.
No, I know.
You're
No,
always,
not saying you.
you're always gonna have the 1 or 2 people that are gonna focus on the negativity because as much, I'll be honest with you, as much positivity that's in our episodes. If you want to take the negativity from it, I really don't have it. People will always talk. You just don't always have to listen.
I'll tell you one thing. I guarantee this summer, 100 niggas and more will have that money and violence tattoo on their neck.
Yeah, but
I guarantee you.
But be about it though. Don't just get it because you think it's cool. be about it even when the shit get worse, man.
And you know,
like,
we
be
listen,
about
listen. We love them. I don't love the hood. Only reason I love the hood is because my niggas is in the hood. And if you took my niggas out the hood, it'd just be a slab of concrete. I love my people. I'll die for them. It's the truth.
You know, you spoke about making it a point, particularly in this show, to not glorify women. I want to talk about that.
To not extort. Yes.
To exploit.
Exploit women.
Right.
Yes. Exploit women.
Talk about that, man. Because even like when you look at The Wire,
Let me tell you something.
you'll see women in the strip club.
This right here. I'll show you. Where's my baby? This is my baby. The love of my life.
And she's in the show actually, right?
Yes.
Yes.
My pride.
Your daughter.
Love of my life.
Right.
And she made me a better person. And the reason she made me a better person is because before I do anything to a woman, it always goes in my mind, Mo, would you be all right with someone doing this to Storm? I can't help it. Like it just, before I speak to a woman a certain way, it's like, Mo, could a man explain this to you why he did this? And would you be okay with it? And sometimes it's no.
Something about a daughter that makes you change your
Yeah.
style,
Yeah.
the way you moved. You know, I have a 14-year-old, and you know, I did a lot of crazy things to girls back in the day.
Like,
I changed.
I
mean, look, when you have a kid, what did you say?
Throw champagne on them.
I mean, most definitely pee on them.
Swiping cars on it.
No, I'm playing around. But the point I'm trying to make is, like I remember one time, and I'll give an example. I was coming over the Verrazano Bridge, and this girl I know, she was like really into me, but I wasn't feeling her like that. And my daughter was about 3-4 years old, and we had to talk about just like life and stuff at an early age. And the girl was like, "Yo, come over here and smash this pussy. But I want you to stay because I really care about you." And I called her back and I was like, "Look, I'm not gonna come. I'm not gonna come over there." And I was like, but just take care of yourself. I'll speak to you soon. And I have to call my friend. I'm like, "Yo, am I crazy? I just turned down pussy." But I realized I didn't turn down pussy. I realized that I want to lead this girl on because I don't want someone to lead my daughter on like that.
No, bro.
And that's how I felt.
We do a lot. It's not that serious, man. We do a lot of shit that it's just not like, yo, they be thinking I'm crazy. And they'll think I'm weird because I'll have a chick come over and we'll just chill.
But sometimes it's really great to just chill.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I've realized that a woman's vagina is her only weapon. And once I show her I don't give a fuck about it, she's defenseless.
Facts.
You understand? So I've had women like, "Please take it." I don't want it.
When you don't want it,
you're gonna have a lot more tell you to please take it.
Yeah, but
groupies.
But
money and violence.
Miz, you gonna take it?
He's gonna take it.
Nah,
But-
man. Nah,
Miz, come on,
Miz,
man.
you're gonna slay that
right now.
snatch.
Take the shades off, man. You gonna take it?
Shout out to my DM. They be going ham right now. I can't take everything. I can take everything that you got. Media takeout, World Star, bitch. You ain't gonna have me out there like that.
So Miz, we not gonna see you in media takeout?
Nah,
You gonna see him on media
You see me in
takeout?
nigga, you see me in media takeout, that bitch crazy.
Miss, you gotta be careful out there. Yo, I'll tell you one thing. When he mentioned
I'm not
DMs,
worried about that.
Yo, Kamba, when he mentioned DMs, that was funny. Because of money and violence, I am not fucking with any girl on Instagram DM. They send me a heart emoji, I'm out. Because I'll tell you one thing.
Shout out to China.
Yeah, most definitely.
China?
I ain't fucking with that. God forbid, a girl.
We showed you something, right? You got something from
You
me.
put me on, and I appreciate
it.
it. You made me aware.
The scene when homegirl says, "Yo, y'all are not on social media, but y'all stay on social media."
Yeah, that was classic.
It happens.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It happens.
That's
It
crazy.
happens.
What do y'all think about the comparison?
Yo, listen, wait. Shout out to Storm, my baby girl. I love you, mama.
Yeah.
And I do like
Google.
I love I'm in love with Jessica, man.
Yeah.
Watch
Like,
what you
'cause
say.
she's the-
What you
I mean,
say,
wait,
guys.
hey,
What you say, guys.
wait.
I'm messing with you.
No, because she got that naive
We
energy on the show.
wanted to give every single depiction of what's out there.
Right.
Like, you got Shay, okay, who's the hood chick, but the truth is
she's a hood
you
chick.
have the females who grew up in the hood who thought they were better than the bullshit.
Right.
That wanted to get a job, that that went to school, that
Focus on real life
and
situation.
but although they still ended up with a hood nigga.
Yeah. What's the deal with China in the show, man? What's her deal?
China is just China is someone who was in Rafe and Miz's life for a long time, and she's always been a sister.
She's like a ride or die sister.
She's and it's more than a ride or die because she's independent. Like, as you see, like, she goes at it with them. You know what I mean? Like, her loyalty is to them, but at the same time, she's just so strong that they clash.
Yo, somebody said on Twitter today that, no offense, but like when she walks away from the camera, there's this one scene where she's walking away from the camera and the ass is bouncing, and somebody's pushing a cart, and when she comes, they pull They pull the cart back. Do you notice that? Because
I don't even know.
Like, somebody said,
Which
"Yo,
episode?
I forgot."
I think it's the episode we was in the front of the.
Somebody
bus.
was with the cart, and when she came out, whoever was pushing the cart pulled it back to take a. But that's crazy, man.
I don't know, but that's people's though.
Right.
I love her to death. Like she's annoying at times. B, you are so fucking annoying at times. I'm just being honest. Like, but you know what's funny, because we went through a situation. Like I've known her way before this, and she nags me a lot. And it just got to a point where it was like, damn, I got so much fucking going on. You're calling me. This is fucking annoying. And I had to really sit back and think. And it was like, wait, you knew her for maybe, let's say if I knew her 10 years before Money and Violence, and you've dealt with it all this time. What changes now?
Right.
Just because you're busier? No, it doesn't change. You still have to fucking deal with it. Because if you don't deal with it, that means you change.
Right, then you change. What do you think about the comparisons between, like,
The Wire?
The Wire.
I think it's a compliment.
Right.
Yep.
And the reason I think it's a compliment is because I've never done film. We do this with one camera and one mic. And for it to be compared to a major HBO production, I'm like the first time I heard that.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the funny thing is, I've never heard this is a wannabe Wire. Which is what I would have expected.
It's definitely not a wannabe.
I know, but this is what I would have.
Right.
Because you know why? Because we came to the table with so much more less. So to hear the comparison to The Wire,
What's your budget, man?
our budget,
No budget.
No budget.
What's your budget?
I can't
No
even
budget.
say low budget.
There's
I say
no budget.
You bought the camera.
There's
I
no
bought
budget.
the camera. I bought the mic. Everything else we bought was time.
Craft services, you buy them food. or
Craft
something?
services.
We do us. We do us.
Listen,
Mozzarella tomatoes.
Shout out to the Jamaican
Any-
spot on Flatbush. Where's the one we always go to?
Peppers.
Peppers. And the one
For
on
the jerk
Parkside.
chicken and the other joint on Parkside.
Across from
There is
Popeyes.
no budget.
And you go to Cal's too.
But
Don't
to answer your
forget
question,
Whoever
hold on.
goes to the store got to buy the food first.
Hold
Whoever
on.
goes to the store first.
This is so generic.
Yo, hold on though. To
that
answer
I
your
swear
question,
to you the way. Listen, you ever watch the vlogs?
Yes.
I swear to you.
No, your vlogs.
Yeah, our vlogs.
No, I haven't seen them.
If you got a chance to watch our vlogs,
will.
there's a scene where it's raining outside, and we're like, fuck, where are we going to shoot? And my boy is like, yo, I think I got a cell phone store. And we're like, call them. So he calls him, he puts it on speaker, and he's like, yo, you at work? And he's like, yeah. He's like, yo, can we shoot? And he's like, who you with? And he goes, Money and Violence. And he goes, oh
Nigga on
shit,
Robbie?
it's lit. Let's go.
Let's go.
Like,
See, and I
But
think
yo,
it's the organic element that
to answer
has
your
it all.
question,
Yes.
when people compare Money and Violence to The Wire, I say it's not the same. You know why it's not the same? If you look at The Wire, the dialogue is different, and everybody else that was in The Wire are professional actors.
Not all of them. A lot of them. A lot of them were
I
amateurs.
take it. I take it.
But
as a, I
he
take it
takes
as a compliment.
he take it as a compliment, but I say it's not the same.
From the technical aspect, it is a huge compliment. I'm basically
It
running.
is.
I'm running a marathon with Jesse Owens with one leg and one arm,
And
bro.
you- and you in the-
I'm
and you in
I'm
the
holding
race.
my own.
And you in the
like,
race.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
it's a compliment, but it's
huge-
still not the same.
Yeah, but it's still a huge.
Yeah, it is. I'm
compliment.
not saying it's not a compliment. That's not what I'm saying.
Obviously,
but it's not the same.
You're investing in yourself and stuff like that. You know, you guys with Cloud9 TV. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, there's even like I know a lot of people that do videography and shit. Right? You could rent stuff too for cheap right now. How are you gonna like
I didn't
try to
want
like
to.
get like even more crazier stuff?
I didn't see the first season.
We stuck to what got us here.
At first, when we thought about doing it, I was like, okay, I'm thinking about buying a Blackmagic 4K camera. And then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? No, let's do it with the minimal amount of equipment. And the reason being was because I wanted to show that if this got attention, it was because of
You
what
shoot
was
this whole thing
important.
with one camera.
One camera,
One
one
camera.
mic.
And one mic.
One mic.
One camera. Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to my daughter.
We hold out
lying.
one
So send me
camera.
pictures on
You want to
your
see
Instagram.
pictures?
Yo.
So with two cameras,
can show you pictures.
it's
we
gonna be
hold
fucking
we hold that
phenomenal.
one camera, that one mic, whether it was raining, it was freezing cold, whether it was hot.
No matter what.
12 hours.
One camera.
Nigga, that's more than 12 hours. This time, nigga, it's the next day. We still
Yeah,
ain't
we-
sleep.
They have pictures on Instagram, Combat, on the
Yeah,
stoop
you'll
with
see a
somebody
lot
taking
of
the
Nah, I
camera
see
and
the
someone
pictures.
holding
I
the
see
mic.
pictures.
One camera.
Where do
one
y'all
mic.
get the music from, man? I like the music.
Independent artists.
Yeah.
All independent.
I give everyone a fair chance. So I say, listen, this is the website. Cloud9. No, I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna get a million fucking emails.
But nah,
But
everybody
I give them the email,
got
they
is
send
like,
it.
basically they had their own movement.
I
and
listen.
They were doing them.
But I listen to the music.
Each and
If
every
I
song.
hear, I listen to everything.
So you're studious like that. Like you really.
Yeah. If I hear something I like, I store it in the back of my head because I can like a song, but that doesn't mean I have a scene to fit the song.
Right.
Because the scene has to perfectly fit the song. So I'll have the song in the back of my head, and then when the scene comes up, that fits what's in my head. Then,
So far, my favorite song is "How Many Niggas."
yeah.
The "How Many Niggas" song.
When we get the tattoos.
Yeah. I like that song, man. What else, man? You ever think about, because I know you have your 4 core actors, but you ever wrestle with the fact that, I might have to kill one of them off?
Of course.
We don't care about dying.
I don't care with it. Listen, I want to die.
You're gonna come back if you
none
die.
of us,
admit-
none of us like to act.
Right.
So we want to die. He's like, kill me tomorrow.
Come on, you
Yo,
don't really mean
true
that.
story.
Means
What?
you're gonna miss that
Listen
shit.
to me, true
Because the
story.
next nigga, you're gonna be like, get
Listen
this
to
nigga
me.
off.
No.
He's happy
No,
when
listen
he
to me.
doesn't have to act.
Listen to me.
You're gonna have
True
to come
story.
back as a
No,
ghost.
Listen to me.
He's like, let me hold the
Listen to
broom,
me. Listen to me.
please.
We get our script. Sometimes I get my script an hour, 2 hour. Like on Saturday mornings when I wake up, I look at my email because I know he'll send the script. When I don't see no script, I be happy. I don't want to act.
He doesn't
I
Yeah.
don't care about acting.
How about y'all?
You have to.
We're in,
I can't wait for this shit
You know
to
what it
end.
is? You know
But
what it
it's
is?
not gonna end until
Jack,
Yeah.
we're not attention driven.
Right. No, but still, you found something. This is the thing. When you find something that you like doing, even if you didn't think you would like doing it, and it's starting to have an impact on people that you didn't.
Think it would.
And think about it. There's 1,000,001 fucking other jobs y'all could be doing
But
that's
we're-
worse than this.
But see,
That's why I said we're
But as
not
an
no
act,
actors.
listen to me. We started off not as actors,
Right.
and every and anyone who has approached us who wanted a role that hasn't been an actor was because they wanted attention.
Yeah.
We are not attention driven.
You guys have turned down rappers who
we
started
turned down many
Multiple.
rappers,
A lot of people.
multiple rappers.
like real big
Yes.
actors.
Yes, I'm talking about signed acts.
We ain't gonna say no name, but yes.
I'm not gonna say
we
no
ain't gonna
names
say
because
no
I don't want to
names.
embarrass
Right.
anyone. But
Have real actors starting approaching you now too? Like, yo, can I
I've
get?
had a couple of actors approach me. Listen. I'm trying to
Comedians
build and
and
strengthen
all.
my brand. I don't need to dilute it with any established personalities because it's going to take the attention away from us. I want Money and Violence to be known
That's
for
Money and
Money
Violence.
and
Money and
Violence.
Violence,
I
exactly.
don't want it to be known as the show that such
was on. Yeah.
Uncle Murder would be good at.
Yeah.
I shout out to him. We rob his
No,
Jonah
Jonah
Hill.
Rob Porn, right?
But-
Oh, is that his joint?
Yeah.
Is that the
it's
joint?
not his. No,
But
it's
it's
not
his
his.
joint.
joint.
he did a
He's
commercial for it.
affiliated with the
Whatever,
owner.
whatever
Yeah.
it was, but yeah, that's not what we doing.
What's your favorite scenes? Each of y'all. What's your favorite scene?
Start off with y'all.
I ain't gonna- shit.
My favorite
Can't
scene.
answer that shit.
All right, my favorite scene is actually the scene where we rob porn, right? And the
Right.
only reason
That's a good scene.
it's because it's nostalgic.
Yeah, and it's the biggest heist so
No.
far that I've seen.
It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that it's very nostalgic. It takes me back to a certain point in my life.
Okay.
And when I watch it, I feel like I'm reliving something.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have to be my favorite scene is when we went to do that job for the Connect.
In the basement?
The slow motion.
The
He's
slow
talking about
motion-
when we went to
the
kill
slow-
dude.
when we went to kill dude.
Oh,
the slow
for the Mexican dude?
Yeah.
The only reason why that's my favorite
When
scene.
you was ironing his back, I mean, no spoilers.
No,
that
the
was motion
UPS
picture.
when he dressed as a UPS.
Yeah.
The only reason why that's like my favorite scene because you can see the connection between the two characters.
Right.
And when
In their mutual element.
Yeah,
And he'll-
not because we shot somebody. That's all. No,
And-
you could see the connection.
and he'll
like,
tell you when I threw that UPS outfit on that morning, I was like, wow, it took me back.
Took you back. Have you worn a UPS outfit before?
no.
Okay.
What can
Not
Brown
at
do
all.
for you?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite scene.
King.
Shit, I don't even know. Damn, I just drew a blank. I'll just say favorite character right now is Leon the Zogard son. Like,
Yo, Leon.
What's your favorite scene?
Leon
they
is
gotta
yo.
be Mr.
Your favorite scene is probably
His
the
favorite
the
scene gotta be
finale.
Mr.
No,
giving
not even.
he
My
giving
favorite-
Mr. a piggyback.
I say it between when Shane was shooting at Leon and he threw the gun at him.
That was funny.
I'm sorry.
How hard was it? I mean, and once again, it's hard to do this show without spoilers, but how hard was it to do that scene when Mister got you giving him a pony back ride, man?
Yeah, it was done
Hey,
in
yo.
one take, and it's crazy because the story behind that is because you was asking me like, how do I play this role? When he brought that up like since episode 2.
Right.
Yo, Mr. gonna give a piggyback ride. He called me and then called me into the living room, and it's like they all waiting for my reaction. Like, yo, Mister's gonna have to get on your back, and I looked at him like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? And the Mister's like, nah, that's
Mister didn't want to do that.
I told you, Mr.
He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it.
3 months.
We did that
About
all
3 months.
3 months. It took. Yeah, he didn't want to do it.
Why? Because he felt like why?
He just felt like I'm gonna look like I'm some.
He mad macho.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was too macho.
Yeah.
But
He
when
was
that
too
shit
macho.
happened, that nigga
But
calling
then,
out
but
phone
then
like, oh
it's
my
funny
God.
because to this day he calls me like, "Thank you for making me do the piggyback scene." Like,
And I kind of like the scene like that we did on the train, and it's not because of the actual scene; it's the fact of the way, like, if you was there, you'll see how we actually did the train.
Right.
And a lot of people look past that, like we really was shooting on the train, running from car to car
That's
with
kinda
one,
hot,
with
yeah.
one camera. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you go back and you think about having one camera and look at that scene, it's crazy.
You know, I think unanimously, people love the Miz scenes, but the most comical scenes, man,
it's Kane.
is you stressing. When you stressing, like when you see Mister before he sees you, and you start stressing, or when the motherfuckers licked off a shot, and you're hiding behind the car, like you got the best, and this, I mean this in the best way. You got the best bad actor facial expressions, man. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why, like, people say the acting is so bad, and you know what? That baffles me because, like me, for instance, I play myself. So how can I be bad at playing myself?
But you know what happens though? Over the course of the show, people really start investing in your characters.
Yeah.
So I start believing in each, and that's what's so magical about this thing. I really, even if I know that Ty is not an actor, I hate him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to know the thing?
They hate him.
Even though
Cindy, they hate Cindy too.
Yeah,
His daughter's mother.
exactly.
Yeah, they hate her.
Even though what's the card man, the credit card man,
Leon.
Leon. Even though Leon is an actor, I'm like, this nigga is so, and I know niggas like that.
Wait, you didn't get to the point where he's a freedom fighter yet.
No, I didn't get to that part yet. No spoilers.
It's crazy because I was just talking about that today. Like, you know why I believe people think we're bad actors in the beginning is because, like he said, he's introducing characters that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So now when you get through the whole season, it's like when you hear somebody talking slow in the streets, like, yo, why are you trying to sound like Ty?
Right.
You know what I mean? Now it's like those are people. You know what I mean? Like, so if somebody was trying to act like Ty or try to act like Rafe or try to act like Miz, it'll be like, yo, you're not doing a good job. You know what I mean? So in the beginning, it's like,
I don't care what they think
You're still
about
getting-
my
I'm
acting
just-
or accent.
I'm just
A lot
saying.
of time, you know what I notice about dudes? People in general, a lot of times, especially dudes, they be like, yo, that shit is whack. They acting
still
is
watch
dope.
it.
That's because your girlfriend watch this shit and they fall in love with one of our character. Your security can't deal with it. Period.
Cheer.
Welcome to the old Miz.
your favorite scene?
Shane, what's your favorite scene, man?
My favorite scene is when Kane and Cindy was in the corner, when he finally put her in her place and she just switched the whole thing on him.
I didn't see that. What episode is that?
That's
That's about like
yo.
22.
22.
Yeah, see, I'm on
man,
episode
yo.
20. I didn't see that shit.
And it's funny
No
because
spoilers. No
I don't
spoilers.
know. I don't know if I was holding the camera or the mic at that time, but I couldn't stop laughing because he just looks at what the fuck.
So you come up, Kane. You come up a little bit, right?
bread man.
Bread man.
Tune in, man.
I think
You
was-
gotta-
No, dude, I told you. I
matter of fact-
I watched 20 episodes in
Combat
20
Jack.
hours.
Combat. That's not even my favorite. That's one of them. My favorite scene is BR. BR inside the cell phone store when he said observe, and then he said a whole bunch of nothing. He
A lot of
said
Jamaican
he said a
philosophy.
lot, and I think I watched that one part. I think I rewinded it at least 10 times before y'all even seen it.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, Mo, this is it. I said, Mo, because he wasn't. I was filming this. I said, Mo, you're gonna be crying when you edit
Because
this.
he's not saying nothing.
No, because he wasn't there.
Okay.
He wasn't there when I was recording.
Okay.
And I was like, you're gonna cry when you get to the computer. And then I don't know which part that he was gonna use, and when he edited, and I look, and he used it, and he said, "Yo, this is it right here." It's just Mo being strategic, and I was like, "This is it."
Yo, how did you get shot in the leg? And then a couple of days later, man, you were really running, man. How did that shit heal so fast?
Well, it wasn't a couple days. Hold on, Mo. It wasn't even a couple days later because I actually didn't start running to 4 episodes after that.
Okay. But wait, I got shot in the stomach.
I was gonna
last
say,
year
but what happened when the bullet go through in and out?
You really got shot.
Yeah, and
Last year.
Yes,
Yeah,
and when the
September.
bullet goes in and out, 4 or 5 days.
It's
you're
only a
good.
wound.
Why you got shot?
I got shot because I can't tell you because it's going to be part
You
of the
gotta watch.
series.
You gotta watch that.
watch. It's going to be part of
So
part
you're
two.
gonna incorporate that into the show.
Everything that happened in my
Right.
life gets incorporated.
Yo, the best shit I heard though was when Miz was like, yo, why you, like, yo, you got to shoot a motherfucker in the stomach first to sit him down.
Yes.
And then you could lecture them on some bullshit.
Yeah, if you ain't listening, you got to point a.
We are educating you.
Yo, now I know if I ever lead that life and have a ratchet and I want to lecture a motherfucker,
Sit that nigga ass down.
shoot him in the stomach first.
I wanted to say that to you.
You gotta watch the bullets.
Because when you was talking about
when you was talking about
Kane, and you were saying he was a coward and you can't stand that. If you was in his situation, I don't think if I put a gun in your hand, you probably wouldn't have shot. You probably would have backed in that corner and then let him take your money anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I got a question though.
So Kane was actually smart by just giving it to him.
Right.
What did you guys learn from? What did you guys get from Money and Violence from watching it? You two fellas.
That's a good question.
Go ahead, Pete.
No, I mean, well, first off, I wanted to tell you my best scene.
But, go ahead. Tell me your best scene. Tell me what you got from Money and Violence.
Best scene is when they were doing the coke deal. Like when he came upstairs, yo. Let me tell you something. The tension that was in that, when he walked in the other room, and when you walk back out to the door, and how you look, you make sure not to,
everybody like,
that
no,
tension was so real.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That I was glued to the fucking screen, glued to my iPad. So basically,
thank you. You got caught early.
That's episode 3.
Yeah, you got caught early.
No, but I told you, I think episode 3 is the episode that reels everyone in. Like 1 was cool.
A lot of
2
people
was
say I
like,
saw
all right.
1 and they're like,
3 was like, I have to watch this.
Yeah.
But what did you get from it?
Me, what I learned is like real niggas don't spend no time on social media. Real
No
niggas
doubt.
just watch other niggas on social media, but they don't spend
they sign
no
it to other people's accounts.
And I don't think it's that.
I don't think that's true
I
either.
think the real niggas are just careful, man.
No, but what did you learn?
I mean,
I got Jack.
What I liked and what I learned is, what I really liked and learned,
shoot a nigga in the stomach.
No.
When you want to lecture them.
Well, I told you before I learned that I ain't messing with no girl. She sent me an emoji in the DM, or just a heart on the comment.
Heart face.
You gotta
Heart
see who
face
she
on the
following,
comment.
her.
Be careful, home invasion. I ain't fucking with her.
Alright.
But
Cool.
but no, what I really learned too is that like what I like, and I want to bring it back to what I was saying before, is that if you want to try to do something, whatever you want to try to do, if you put your foot forward, man, you just could do it, man. Like you guys,
This is motivation.
like you guys really like gave
Literally, this
like
is motivation.
Yeah, real talk, and it gave people things to watch and people like real life shit, and relatable. There's nothing like relatable stuff. Like I think the reason why people fuck with it so much is because some of them either have witnessed it or have been around it, or you know what I mean, or had a family member that.
I'm gonna tell you what I really learned. Pawn shops got a 2-door
Double
system,
doors.
and when that second door is broken, nigga,
You in
And
there?
you
gun
know
up.
That's my line. That's my line.
And the check casher place got the camera.
You're looking on that
And
black.
I'm just gonna say this.
You're giving out some real gems, man.
I really hope that what people learn is that in life there are no human hands that can stop you other than your own. People told me I couldn't do nothing. I woke up one morning, said I was going to be an author, decided to get on Microsoft Word. A couple of years later, I wrote a book. Woke up one morning, said I was going to be a director. I had an idea for a film.
Boom.
Next thing I know, boom, I'm a director. So
we're absolutely not gonna get no sex scenes.
No. Tuned in. You might see
Nah,
some
there's-
titties.
Like, I just want to see some.
Look at you.
Just let me see one titty, man.
I got a question.
Because there's something special.
You might see a titty.
Listen. There's something special. There's something special about hood titty.
What's up with
I
you?
got a
guy?
question
We
for
not
you.
discriminating
Just
now.
one.
It's
Jack,
good nipple.
Jack.
It's good nipple.
Jack. You got
I got a daughter, yes.
Yeah, we're not discriminating our ladies.
Have a daughter.
No disrespect.
Yes.
And you know where I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Would you want that? Would you want theirs?
Personally?
Yes.
Do I want to see titty?
Your
Yes.
daughter,
No,
no. Do
would
you want to
you
see
want
your
to
No,
daughter?
I don't want to see my daughter.
All right then.
But if my
Listen,
daughter,
your
but
sister?
I'll tell you this.
Listen to me.
I'll tell you
Listen
this.
to me.
I don't have a
I
sister.
watched.
Let's hear
I
what he
watched-
say.
No,
Let's hear what he
listen.
say. Hold on. Let's hear what he
If
say.
my daughter said, "Dad, I'm going to be serious as an actress or as an actor, and I'm going to do this, and in some scenes I might show chess," I'd be like, "Okay, I respect you as a person in your craft." You understand? I don't want to see my daughter in the strip club because, like Chris Rock said, you fucked up
Well,
if
listen.
your daughter's on the pole.
All right. Well,
Not
listen.
necessarily.
Until the day.
Necessarily.
Hold
We
on.
judging people.
Until the day that my actresses come to me and say, "I want my breast on camera."
Okay.
There will be no. Breast
And I
on
respect
camera.
that, sir.
Yeah, most definitely. I respect
I respect
too.
that.
And thanks for letting when Kane was outside not doing his homework, Okay, check cash in place. Got the camera. Thank you for that.
With the BB gun?
With the yeah, but I don't know what he was doing with the BB gun. He had
so
a
y'all
fucking
like
pellet.
y'all like the violence part.
No, I like the violence.
That's what they learned.
To me,
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying them. Only reason why I say that because everything y'all pick up, everything that y'all picked up from it, is how to rob.
But no, that's not no. I also said
mine was positive.
No, I'm just saying what I'm listening. I'm listening to what they saying. Like Pete realized there's cameras on check cash in place that watches across the street.
He said he ain't following no bad bitches on
Exactly.
Instagram.
You're not following no. Cool. You're right. You definitely said that. Jack said how he noticed that there's 2 doors and when one is
you
open,
gotta shoot a nigga in the stomach.
Exactly.
You wanna
So there's
lecture
only
him before you
balance.
kill him.
What about the other part? Like
They don't care. They want
that's what I'm
violence.
saying.
No, I
that's
spoke
what
about positivity.
From America.
My favorite
America love
scenes.
violence, guy.
But that's what America's about.
My
Money
favorite
and
That's why we
violence.
call it money and violence.
My
That's why the
favorite
name is-
scenes is the Jamaican dialogue, and I'm so thankful that y'all don't have subtitles in the Jamaican scenes, man. I'm
You a
so
few that
for the
says
simple
that.
fact that I don't. It's pointless because I seen on the Money and Violence fan page a supporter said it. Please don't put no subtitles down there because
don't do it.
for somebody to read the subtitles, they might miss what's actually
But
going on.
besides that, think about it, right? Me when I
Plus,
remember
what
when I
if you're in
first
the
I
streets?
remember
There's no
I remember when I
subtitles out
first
there.
I remember when I first came out here. Till now, some of my Jamaican friends when they speak, I don't understand the fucking shit they're saying.
And it's great.
I'm like, what, yo, my nigga, you speak English?
And it's great
Oh, you
because
guys
it's
listen to the
authentic.
last word.
when them Jamaicans
Not
is
even
in,
their last word. They be saying shit. I'm like, huh?
yo, when them Jamaicans is in their pocket, leave them in their
Young
pocket.
kid.
I
Don't
can't
put no
understand that.
subtitles
Nah,
on
we're
that
not
shit.
doing that
Yeah.
because it's the authenticity. That's what
Yeah.
it really. That's how it really happens. How it really goes.
Let's wrap this up. Black, what's your favorite scene, man? Since you the plug, man, like you bro man in this. You always coming through the window. Like,
Yeah,
Full
the
flow.
motherfucker got everything.
Pete Bill spin
My
though.
favorite spin though. Nah, my favorite spin. My favorite joint is when Ty turned around and said, just because I chill with you every day, what makes you think that we're real?
Niggas.
You my
real,
people.
like we're real peoples and all that. And I could.
what
I-
episode
He didn't
was
see that.
that?
He didn't see that yet. You can't
You
give him
didn't see
too
that.
much.
I didn't see
black.
that.
Oh, you
That's
didn't see that.
22.
I'm only on 20.
You can't give him too
22.
much.
You that's 22.
There got to be 22, 23,
No,
23,
23?
23.
Yeah.
It's 23.
I bet. So one of my favorite scenes is when Shane got shot in the leg. He wasn't on point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't pat Duke down properly. And then,
That was a sloppy jokes, man.
yeah, that was a sloppy joke.
He was moving off emotions.
It wasn't even a joke, so I didn't get anything.
Yeah, he ain't get anything. You know what I'm saying? When he tried to attempt the jokes, but didn't get nothing though. But yeah, I believe that was hot because I like the way the dude rode on a bike and everything, and you know, it went down. You know what I'm saying?
I like that whole concept, that whole scenario. When after that happened, how I spoke to Rafe, and Rafe told me this is why people dead in the jail now because they're moving off of pure emotion.
Right.
See, we give you the good and the bad
Yep.
about each scenario that happens.
Yep.
That's why sometimes you got to read through the lines and you will learn something.
I'll tell you my favorite non-violent scene is when you're in the sneaker store with the dead cards. and you get the copper. You get the cop. What are those?
Phone pause?
Copper,
flight pods.
the flight pods.
The
flight
copper
pods.
flight.
I really brought
You know,
those
he
too. I
really
really
brought
brought those.
that day. He
I
like,
brought
yeah, I'm
those
getting
right
those
there.
in the show.
Yeah.
They wasn't
hype.
out in the store yet.
He was
so-
hype. He was like, ooh,
And the white Air
these.
Force. He said, "I know you like the white Air Force."
That was
Oh, yeah,
my
that's
favorite
fire.
non-violent scene. Last question, man, and this is something that stood out to me. The last episode I saw, man, you guys like everything's going on.
You said you had 20, right?
I'm at 20,
All right.
but everything's going on. Everything is going on, and then and then you lock it in. You lock it into the news verdict of the non-indictment of Eric Garner, man. What was the purpose of that? Because that really brought it into.
Ask Rafe that question.
This is his quote right here.
Besides us actually, one
Wait,
of our
I
main
think-
things is staying current. Matter of fact, go ahead, Rafe.
No, what happened was when we were doing this whole thing, and I thought back to Hurricane Katrina, and I watched this whole Oprah show that displayed everything that went on when Katrina happened and how these people were treated. And I remember sitting in my living room and being so upset. And my anger wasn't even at the government. My anger was at myself for the fact that I did not have a platform to speak and to vent how I felt. So I mean, I could have banged my head against the wall all over my house, but it would have had no effect because no one would have heard me. So when the whole Eric Garner thing happened, it was something that I had felt so strongly on. And it was just mainly because, you know, I feel that the change that we're looking for is not anything that we need to look to anyone else for. I believe that it's a change that we need to embody because to some degree we're treated the way we're treated because of the way that we depict ourselves. So it was something that I really wanted to put across to people. It was something that I felt that needed to be heard. Everything that I said as far as the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech still being relevant to today. Martin Luther King said that I long for the day that my children will be judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. And this is something that to this day still goes on.
Right.
You know, so that's why I said that I think the I Have a Dream speech should be renamed Still Dreaming.
Yeah, I'm still fucking dreaming.
Yeah.
I'm still fucking
I'm
dreaming.
still fucking dreaming.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, listen, man. I really got to thank each and every one of y'all, man, because I'm still excited. Like, the good thing about not having watched the entire season is I still got episodes to look forward to seeing.
You got 4 more.
So I really enjoy that shit, man. So I really got to thank y'all because this past week has been a roller coaster ride. I can't wait to see, because like I said, man, like not taking anything away from y'all, not, thinking that I'm better or that I know better than y'all, but I know y'all don't even know what's coming your way yet. Because it's just I see the change. I saw the change happen this week. 2 weeks from now is going to be a whole different world for y'all, and I really applaud y'all.
Thank you.
I really want to. I really want to gain more encouragement from y'all as y'all don't change, and as y'all stay together. And then season 2, if y'all need any extras, you know what I'm saying?
All day, wait.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get in that show, B.
Yo,
but let me just say, if you want to watch Money and Violence, you can search Money and Violence on YouTube.
Just search it on Google. That's the first thing that pops up.
Search
right now.
Money and Violence on YouTube, or you can go to www.cloud9tv.net. If you want to follow the cast, you can follow Rafe at Cloud9TV_. You can follow Miz at Ray_Day9. You can follow Black at SDiamonds1. You can follow Shooter Shane at $2. And you can follow Kane at Ace_General_. And that's all on Instagram.
But before we leave, though, I want to give a shout out to Rafe, man. That nigga, he work hard and he give us the opportunity. Like, he works hard. He shoot it, he writes it, he edit it. Like, my man, mom just passed away and he was still on set.
2 days ago.
He was still on set. Where a lot of niggas be like, I can't deal with this. They being emotional and bitches. He was still doing his job. So, salute to him for giving us a chance and a platform.
Man.
Definitely.
And I know y'all know. But it's so encouraging. Like, what y'all got is so special, man. Like as long as y'all can continue to keep this thing so special and organic, man, I'm championing y'all to continue going with that shit, man.
Salute
Thank you so much, man. Pete.
Now, what you got too, don't ever forget this too, but what you got is each other. Real
Yeah,
talk,
man.
right?
Definitely.
We militant when it comes
We
to
came together and we leaving together.
Yeah,
Most definitely. And I love the bond, man.
We'll be
Like,
broke together before we're ever rich
and
apart.
I love that slogan.
Next
man.
season, you got to take your crew to the firing range, man.
No, you gotta take who we taking?
Like niggas in the hood
Sugar
can't.
Cane. We taking Sugar Cane to No,
Nah,
he
he
just
never
for the
missed.
body. This nigga right here. we
Sugar
gotta
Cane
take.
never missed,
No.
ever.
Shane, Shooter Shane, we gonna take him to the
I want
to practice aim.
I tell
Black
you,
don't do no crime. He just give niggas
Yo,
the
Black,
vibe.
keep bringing, because like Black is the thread that keeps it going to the
Ladies,
next level.
ladies, stay
Miz
away from
gonna have to
Black.
go to the
He
shooting
gonna
range
set
too.
you up and rob your job spot.
yo, you may have to take the Money and Violence on vacation. They may have to go on vacation.
Yeah, we need one.
Yeah, y'all do some international shit.
Nah, we gonna do that. We gonna take this. We gonna take Rafe to vacation. He needs one. More
But
than
yeah,
us.
he needs one definitely.
No, but once again, man, I think it's very impressive. It's very rare that I see something. I don't care if it's big or small, black or white. It's very rare that I see something that captures so many attention. And right now, man, you guys have me locked in. And that shit is, I got to thank y'all, man.
I mean, we appreciate you for even taking the time to tune in. Like, I don't believe in the word fans. I believe in supporters. Because I love every single person that takes their time out to watch that 20 or 30 minutes. Because without them, you know, the water has no value without the thirsty.
Not at all. Not at all.
Shout out to
Stay
our supporters.
thirsty.
You know,
Stay
so-
thirsty,
So
internet.
stay thirsty, please.
Definitely. Internets, you know what this is, man. Dream those dreams and then man up and live those dreams. Because a life without dreams is black and white and the universe flows in Technicolor and surround sound.
Blow.
We love you all.
Shout out to the
Welcome
supporters.
to
man.
the old
Want that.
Brooklyn.
Money and violence.
For that.
Money and violence.
This episode of the Combat Jack Show was produced by Jonathan Mena, executive produced by A. King and Chris Morrow, engineered by Samir Karan, and recorded in the Engine Room Audio Studio in downtown Manhattan. This is an official Loudspeakers Networks production.